welcome back, everybody. And for the first time, and I think quite a while on Slow Your Roll, we're having a part two for this session.
Yay.
And for everybody who hasn't seen the last session, I was hoping you guys could help me out with a little bit of a recap. Let me know your favorite part from last session or what you remember. It doesn't really have to be anything specific, but I'd love to hear it from you. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the top. Homer?
Got him.
Okay. I think my favorite part is going to have to be when Yogg did something cool. So it's when the old, hold on, let me grab his name.
Turn my fan on.
The scholar, Varys Shelbor, when he spoke to him and he got blessed basically by him to get a +1 to all of his intelligence rolls, +1 to all of his intelligence rolls for the rest of the day. And it was basically just Yogg being goofy and trying to give him food. And he ended up getting a perk from it. So that was awesome.
Absolutely. And those scholars are really, really deep in on their knowledge. So that's kind of like the gifts that they'll be able to hand out if you get on their good sides. Next up, it's going to be Chris. What's the thing on your mind for last session?
Wow, there's a lot. Last session, even though we didn't, I don't recall, did we have one roll maybe? I think the whole session, the whole time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think so.
If that at all. I absolutely loved just the straight role playing that went through that whole session. It was it covered so many different aspects of everything. But I think the one thing that I kind of took away a lot from that for Draven, I think specifically, was when he interacted with the Terrorborn emissary from the Karn Obsidia, Hierophant Braun. And Draven was trying, to kind of show respect and was giving him a crystal that Draven had recovered from another cavern. And then the emissary basically crushed it, took the energy from it, and gut punched Draven in a way that kind of shocked Draven a little bit into seeing that's not that's not the type of the high priest that Draven interacted with, and kind of realized a little bit more there might be something up with this emissary a little bit. But gosh, it was just a great session. And then the way you ended it,
yeah,
we'll get into that today. But oh my gosh, that was just intense. Great.
Thank you. And the next up is going to be Cody.
Yeah, my favorite's probably the way you ended the session, but like Chris said, we'll get into that. I'd like to say that my favorite was when the one lead Angelborn lady from that same faction totally fell for Cyro, but that is not what happened. So it'd probably be when instead the faction that kind of previously worshipped the Titan of Balance, they're kind of really almost feuding against her now because they're she turned away from us, she hates us, she sucks. But being able to talk to the one guy when he was about to leave and being we want you to know that the things that you believed in of your Titan, we still believe in, and we can work with you, we're with you and we're for you, and we can make this thing work. You know what I mean? Regardless of what's happening, we believe in the goodness that you believed in, and we can fight for that still. I think that was a cool thing. But yeah, I'm ready to get going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
definitely. And just to give a little bit of context for a quick recap for everybody else in the audience, we're dealing with the Council of Catarana. Enza is lucky enough to be invited to a larger meeting from several different city-states. 4, in fact. And luckily enough, Enza's right smack dab in the middle of them. When a couple of these emissaries started coming into the city, our party was able to greet them as they all came in and showed them either to the hotel or meeting room itself. The Thessalara Enclave, some seafaring people, were really, really kind and looking for a little bit of an ear to hear. But when the Verdant Hold showed up, they were, let's say, a little bit scorned from recent events. Not necessarily looking for allies, but not turning them away at the same time. As the Karn Obsidia pulled up with a fierce and thunderous march, shaking the very walls of Enza themselves, they were shown straight to the meeting room with a less than gracious entrance for some of Enza's residents. And then last but not least, as the meet and greet, but good hour before all of this meeting is supposed to go down, the Solbrax Dominion. 30 minutes before the meeting starts, the Pharaoh himself bursts straight in through the doors. A gust of sand, wind, and heat busts open the doors and breaks all of the anti-magic wards in the area. Something Enzo was kind of hoping would stay up.
Yeah.
Can I have a second favorite part? That was just the escalation of each
Yes.
like group. Like the first one went really well, and then the second one was like it was like it's pretty good, and the third one was like, oh, that was like not great, and then the fourth one's like, by the way, we're just gonna break everything. By the way, I'm the boss. Like
security,
the
no.
tension
None.
rose. With
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That was just fun storytelling in general. That was definitely cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, Draven is gonna like he's gonna notice that it's very tense. Like everyone's tensed up, like with all that busting in, and he's gonna quickly like do a common sign to Yogg, like figure out what's going on. He's gonna be signing. The wards are broken. Go figure out what's going on. Be quiet about it, and try to get back to me or Sister Anya once you figure it out. And to try to get Yogg moving between that whole mass of everyone, which should give him a little bit of, I think, advantage of like kind of being unseen through all that. And then I'm gonna telepathically reach out to Cyro and be like, quickly come with me. Hey, quickly, hey Cyro, get over here. Let's go meet this emissary and try to get things calmed down real fast. I don't think there's any danger. He's just trying to be real braggy right now. And at the same time, as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to message Sister Anya. I'm going to telepathically just reach out to her and just tell her, sister, try to get someone quietly to start working on those outer wards again, getting them back up. We need to get those wards going again, but please get it work quietly is kind of where I'm going to go with that.
Okay, definitely. And as all the commotion is going on, you're sending these messages and everyone is taking note. But all the attention in the room is dead square right on this guy, the man who just walked into the room, and he's going to have a little bit of a entrance for himself as he just bursts onto the scene. He just looks directly at Sister Anya, and he says in a very slow but very intimidating or intentional tone, "Apologies. The desert bows to no clock." And as he begins to walk closer to the chair that he knows is his, even if it wasn't, it's going to be his now. And each step slowly starts to turn the ground into glass from the just radiant heat coming off of this man, from the spell that he just burst onto the scene with. He is starting to cool down a little bit, so don't worry. He's not melting the chair.
Dang.
Draven's going to be like, oh, wow. Oh my gosh, what an entrance. Such an entrance like that speaks of just such mastery. Just wow, how do you learn to do something like that? Asking in a way to try to maybe get him a little braggy like, and maybe admit to, I'm just trying to dig into like, how did this happen? But talking him up with it.
Certainly. And as you're doing that, you're also noticing one, not the emissary themselves, but one of their like hangers-on are parting off from the group to go say their respects to the person who just walked in the door. And as like they do that, you can see one from the Thessalari, you can see one from Karn Obsidia, you can see one from Verdenhold, all kind of doing the same thing that you're doing right now. Like, oh, great one, how do you do? And
interesting.
just for a little bit of context, he is the Pharaoh Karum, the Eternal.
The Eternal. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And as each of these guys are all like kind of like kissing up to him in a way, but not necessarily enough to make it look like they're kissing up to him. We're still kind of like in a dog and pony show for political power here. They're just making sure that the branch was extended, more or less.
Interesting.
And as he begins to address Draven and his question, he's more or less just going to say, the sands have many tricks.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there wasn't really like, or I guess was there? I'll just ask instead. Was there any kind of like extension of like respectful greeting among the other factions, or are they all kind of like, let's make sure we greet this guy?
So everyone is kind of, we've all been in the same room for about 30 minutes now. Everyone's kind of mingled. No one's like like the Thessalari group isn't mixing with the Verdant Hold group. They're all kind of
Right.
still clicked up together in their own specific cliques. But every now and then, some of the emissaries will go over, some of the hangers on will go over. They're doing what they can to extend the branches, but everyone's still firmly within their cliques.
Okay, I got you.
But it's very obvious that just happened.
Yeah, that's fair. It's pretty unavoidable.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And no entourage, right? He's the lone.
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't bring
And a
anyone
lot of
with him.
this is because like they've been there in this world the longest.
Yes,
right?
they have been.
So
Mhm.
And in the same respect, you can also understand that since he didn't bring any delegates, he's not extending any branches. He's firmly expecting everyone around him to do so.
Interesting.
He's
this is the
accepting,
only
not
guy-
sending.
Just straight up shows up alone. Like, what a power move. As if his entrance wasn't a power move enough, but yeah.
And as you see Sister Anya starting to talk to a few of her guards left and right, you'll see kind of a shorter stature person that you might assume to be a guard, but kind of like longer and lengthy. And they just dart right out of the room to just kind of check on some stuff, kind of in a response to what you were trying to tell her, to check on the wards.
yeah, I'm still gonna walk up to the Pharaoh, still trying to show some respect, and just gonna I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna keep my hands not like crossed or anything like that, but I'm gonna kind of keep them behind my back as I kind of walk up, to show respect, not really bow in any way to him like everyone else, but I'll be like, oh wow, is it Kumar?
Karun, was it?
How'd you say his name was? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It is Pharaoh Karoom.
Karoom.
Oh, I thought you were doing that on purpose. Like he was gonna walk
No.
up and mispronounce his
No,
name.
no. Karoom. Got it.
What
Okay.
was it?
This might
Cabin? Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Cabbage?
Yeah.
Hands smell like cabbage? I don't remember. No, Drake's gonna be like, oh, Pharaoh Karoom. Oh wow, the honor of your presence just humbles us. Few rulers command the sands themselves. And Enza welcomes you, the light of a Solarbrax within its halls. Though it seems like you have such power that we've never seen. Just so much respect for that power, and just out of curiosity, how does one come across power such as that? That's unseen.
I really wanted to hear what you were going to say, but a dude like this would have interrupted you halfway and said, beer.
Beer. Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
So is he doing that beer?
Yeah, he's just kind of thinking you as the help, more or less. So he's going to hear the common, he's not even going to hear, but he's going to assume it's the common, oh, you're so great, oh, Varrocarum. And he's just going to interrupt you, beer.
Oh, well, what do you know? We got beer right there on the table for you.
And he's just going to snap, and it comes to him closer and closer, then downs it in one gulp.
He's
Okay.
man.
He'll also comment on they don't have brewers in Enza, do they?
This guy. We shouldn't challenge this guy. We should just let it go, right? I mean, that's definitely a bad idea.
Is it just me or is Cody frozen? Oh, there we go. Man.
Uh-oh.
I think you froze for a sec too.
I think we're all here. Sorry, if you
Okay.
didn't hear what I said, I said we should not challenge this guy, most likely, right?
Yeah, Draven's just gonna Draven. I'm just gonna try to let it go at that point and just kind of walk off. I'm not bowing down to this guy. I'm gonna show him the respect that that he obviously deserves, being a pharaoh and all that.
Mhm.
And now that he just got his beer, I'm just gonna kind of step off to the side now that he has what he wants. But I'm gonna take Syra with me. And
As you're walking away, he's going to whisper that only you can hear. You're not whole. I can see that.
how far away am I from him?
About 10 feet.
So I'm gonna telepathic reach back, and I'm gonna be like, I'm just fine the way I am.
And if you're actually looking at him, he's basically an Anubis, right? But he's actually a fiend born that looks like an Anubis. He's going to have a rather large smile for a dog-like being.
Oh, cool.
If you
Yeah.
look back at him.
Yeah, I would
Creeps
look
across
back
the long
at him
snout.
as I say that, but again, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to telepathic say that back to him as I look
Yes.
at him. Like, I'm not going to disrespect him and not look at him. I'm going to
Yeah.
still again show him the respect of turning to look, but I will telepathic be like, nope, I'm just fine the way I am. Thank you though very much. I appreciate it.
I'm totally gonna look over and see their eyes meeting and just kind of look at Draven and just put my hand on his shoulder, kind of motioning whatever's going on right now, don't let's not do this kind of thing,
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to walk off again with Cyro right there, and kind of be like, hey, we got to figure out what's going on here. He just broke through all these magical wards.
Right.
I don't even know where to start.
I know exactly what you mean. What can we do? Do we just outright ask his intent? I mean, what can we do for this man? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even need an alliance.
I don't even know. Let's kind of observe the other emissaries and see how they're interacting. And then we'll go from there.
I did also forget to say this when I was talking about one of the specific people. I now have these.
Oh, let's go.
What do we got?
He's so cool.
Wait,
I love that crown.
why am I not? Am I in the right thing?
Are you not in here?
I'm gonna reload it.
I have something for. I think Yog would go talk to Sister Anya really fast while they're having this conversation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look at that.
So
that is
Look, now I
sick.
wish he'd brought some guards. Look at those guys in the background too. There's an amazing
Yeah.
helmet, like for the ears.
Mhm. That's because the
That's
Anubises
sick.
are the upper class of Solbrax society.
Yeah.
so that's what his guards
They
would
get
look
there.
like.
You know, if I would
If he
have
cared to bring
seen that
them.
beforehand, I would have said Draven might have been a little like, oh damn. I'm glad you waited to show me that.
That's funny.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So yeah, as you see all of the other delegates interacting with each other, you'll see that Thessalar are actually very fairly going back and forth between each and every one of the candidates. They take a very respectable short time when they head over to the Solbraxi Pharaoh over here, but they are doing their rounds very well. You'll notice that Anya has still not necessarily stepped up to this city delegate type of business. She's not the hand greaser at the moment. She's just kind of like making herself small, and that's not necessarily the best look for Enza in this situation.
Interesting.
You'll see that the Verdant Hold is keeping to themselves for the most part, especially since they're here to ward off the blame of their Titan. So they are kind of here in a defensive manner. And then you'll see Karn Obsidia. They're in each and every one of the groups trying to talk, but they're not necessarily trying to hear what the other people have to say. Karn Obsidia is just trying to be like, so this is why we need to be leading the charge against the Titans. We have the best, they're, shuffling their papers. We have the best military around this side of the mountain. So that's essentially what all of the delegates are doing, but they're hangers on more or less. A good amount of the delegates are sitting in their seats, except for the Thessalari, which go out of their way to talk to everybody with face to face.
Okay. Homer, what were you saying about Anya? Did you finish that thought?
Yeah, so I think when Draven was like, go figure out what's going on, I think one of the first things Yog would do would maybe, he might check in with a couple people on the side to like, hey, can I get a quick status report of like what's going on outside the room and stuff like that. But I think pretty quickly he'd want to get to Anya to try to he would definitely be noticing how, like you were just saying, how she's getting smaller and smaller. You've been describing her that way, right? So
right.
I think he would go to try to boost her confidence and go to chat with her. And I think he'd first just walk up and be like, hey, how's it going? And be almost acting like she's doing totally fine. Come up and kind of nudge her a little bit. Like, hey, Sister Anya, how's it going? This is pretty exciting, right? All these people here. And then I kind of stealthily, I want him, maybe he would when he comes to say something to her, he would take her hand for a moment, whatever would be a normal thing. And I want him to slip her some leaves that are a stimulant of some kind. It's like a drug, and be like, hey, if you need to calm down at all, you can chew on that. And then also while they're chatting, I want him to sort of rub his chest exactly where her new tattoo is, and be like, does everything seem okay there? Are we feeling all right? Because that's her escape route. So if she can feel the wards were broken, was any other magic messed with, is what he's thinking.
Okay. She's gonna look at your offer and she's gonna say, Fobacco. At the moment, no, thank you. But I would love to say that everything is fine. In my heart, things are fine, but it seems that everything around here is not. I haven't gotten a report back yet, but we are working quickly to get a report soon. Yeah, one of your recommended was the one who's doing the report, by the way. What was his name again?
Oh, I think that was Frankie.
Frankie, yes. There's Frankie, Theo, and Curtis, I believe. And from what I can tell, they don't exactly fill out the uniforms we've given them, but they're working at the moment.
Well, it's good to have someone that we can trust around. So I'm glad that I could help get some of those spots filled. Well, and Sister Anya, if maybe you don't want some of the tobacco, but why don't we go over together? Let's go chat with the Thessalara Enclave a little bit. They've been pretty friendly. Let's go see if they've got something to say.
Certainly. I've had a few exchanges with the turtle, and I do feel I don't want to say the wrong thing because I'm certain he'll remember it. But let's go.
Oh, he's very wise. He's very kind. You know, we can work our way up to someone. You know, we'll start with a friendly turtle, end with a scary dog.
That does make sense. Shall we go? And she's going to usher a couple of her bodyguards to follow her as well. And you'll notice that most of the people also do that, but some of the more confident, like Karn Obsidia, the dude, he doesn't ask anyone to follow him, and obviously not the Solbrax. So, yeah, heading over to the Thessalar.
I have an idea, but I don't think it's time yet. So we'll get there. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, I'm going to wait. You guys go ahead. I'll wait.
Oh, well, okay. I'll at least give my idea. Whether now is the right time or not. Earlier, we kind of noticed that there was like not an obvious unity between the Angelborn portion of the Karn Obsidia and the Terraborn portion. Mm-hmm. And my idea is 100% to just go back to, what's her name? Sylvia? I don't remember the Angelborn's name. The Angelborn lady, whoever her name was. When we get that back up, I wanted to go back over to her and
Seraphine.
Yeah, Seraphine.
I was close.
Yeah.
But I want to go back over to her and basically just be like, you know, kind of hit her with like a punch to the pride a little bit and see if we can get some info out of her. So I want to basically just be like, man, I'm so sorry. So how long have you guys been in like servitude to the Terraborns? You know, something like that. Whether now's the right time or not, I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, you're good.
I love poking at that. That's a great idea.
You're a cleric, right?
I am a cleric, and I'm also an Angelborn myself, like somewhat visibly. So that's my thoughts. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Now or later?
You do that whenever you want. I mean, yeah. So my idea that I was gonna that I kind of wanted to work on when we get a chance to it. I'd like to talk with the SLR and the Verdant Hold, because my thinking is this, right? Someone's messing with their messages between them.
That's
true. If we get a chance to talk with the Thessalar, like I kind of want to talk to them because like from the description we got about them and talking to the Shellborn, to Verith Shellborn, I'd like to talk to him and kind of, you know, talk up his, you know, their mastery of knowledge and being like, you know, but also saying, because, you know, we were up front, we did upfront stuff with them at the beginning, earned a little respect, but being upfront with them to say like something along like talking about like, hey, I think there's someone messing with possibly the message between you and the Verdant Hold. Do you by chance have any copies of what you sent them? Right. But then we also talk with the Verdant Hold to find out like what were they getting? Like, do they have copies of what they were getting? And if we can get both of them to realize that someone's been working against both of them,
right? We
can at least get two factions together that we could then get to help us work towards another faction.
Yeah. 100%.
But that's logical.
Now while they're still separate.
Yeah, I agree.
So that way you can do that one at a time without alerting whoever's doing it. But I don't
want to do that anymore. I kind of want. I want Cody to go poke at the Angelborn at this point.
Oh my gosh.
Now. I think that's just going to be more fun. Like I think that's
you want to see where that goes. Huh?
Poke the bear.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I know, right?
Bears are interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
that's kind of where I'm at. Like,
what do you think, Homer?
Again, I thought about this for weeks, but then I'm like, I hear that and I'm like, Cody, let's do that instead. It's fun.
I don't know. What are you thinking, Homer? How do you feel about all that?
If we're willing to split the party while we're in the same room, I actually think we should do it all.
Okay, sure. Just kind of do it all general, same timeline.
Yeah, I mean, if part of what Sister Anya is supposed to be doing is like creating connections, if I can go with her to try to boost her confidence 1-to-1, and I'm hoping like we can talk about like, hey, I don't know exactly what she should be doing, but probably something trade related or things like that. Like try to help her be a little more confident. Maybe I'll be like the icebreaker and be like the comic relief Yog would be. At the same time, you know, I actually so we've been like super respectful and like boost. I love the idea of you coming up and being like the other route of like insulting, but like doing it in a way, obviously, where like you're not overtly trying to be insulting. I love the idea of like poking at that relationship while also,
Yeah.
instead of being like, wow, you're just so amazing, you're so beautiful, instead of being like, oh, this must be so hard for you.
Yeah,
Get her to
exactly.
correct you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
said. Plus what Chris
Yeah.
was saying, I think I love all these raps. I think we should do it all.
Okay.
I want to go with the poking the Angelborn. That's where I want to go.
Okay.
What's up, Alex?
Like, I want to
You
go
gonna
that
say something?
route, and I want to go that route, and I want to go Yogg and Sister Anya in what they're going to do with the Thessalar. I kind of
Okay.
want to go those two routes. I'd rather do that. I think those are going to be more fun aspects.
Sure thing. Which one do you guys want to go for first?
I'll go
And,
Bug
just-
Seraphine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And are you going with him, Chris, or are you going with Yogg? I know you wanted to do both, so I just
Right.
want to know.
I'm
It doesn't
gonna
have to be
kinda-
either or either. You know, we can cover all our bases.
No. I'm going to go over with the Verdant Hold.
Okay.
While he's with the Karn Obsidian, I'm going to go with the Verdant Hold, and then while you guys are with the Thessalar. But
And then Yogg and Draven can switch and we can high five as we pass each other. Go to the other group.
good idea.
There you go.
hey, I'm
As
gonna
long
turn
as
my
the
camera
fight
off for a
doesn't break
second. I'll
out.
be right back on.
All good.
Okay,
So,
yeah. I do
Let's
like
go
that,
ahead and
though.
start with you poking the bear, Cody.
All right, so I guess this is important. Where is the Terraborn? I don't. I mean, obviously, I don't want to like bring up a question like that if she's like surrounded by Terraborn. Like, if I can make it a quiet question that's like out of concern, you know what I mean? If
So
that's
she's
easy.
surrounded by her 5 Angelborn groupies, I guess, and
Okay.
the other dude is surrounded by his 5 Terraborn
Okay.
groupies. You can almost assume that the Terraborn he appreciates the Solbrax's show of strength coming
Yeah.
alone.
right?
He more or less only brought those 5 as a show to match the Angelborn. It's almost like, well, if they're gonna have 5 in Congress, I'm gonna have 5 in Congress. It's kind of
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. So there's a little bit of a buffer. So I'll head over to Seraphine and I'll approach like really humbly this time. Last time I was like flirting with her and silly. Oh, she's awesome. All right, cool. So so this time I'll approach a lot more like humbly, and you know, she lets me get right up to her. I'm basically just gonna be like, you know, I meant to apologize for earlier. I didn't give you the respect that you were due, and I realize now what's going on, and I really like to apologize because I feel deep sympathy for you and your kind in the Karn Obsidia. I mean, how long have you been in servitude to the Terraborn? I know, right? Good luck.
Do you want to give me some sort of roll for like persuasion or anything?
Yeah, I'll give it a influence probably here. That makes the most sense,
There we
I
go.
think.
Not a raw fate roll, just
No, that's okay. It's not great. It's an 11.
Okay. Honestly, you two, basically the same height. She matches your eyes, you know, not even blinking. Her eyes are this like glowing, emanating power. It's really, really hard to even look away once, you know, you've caught them. And she's just going to like narrow her eyes a bit. And she says, we are not subject to those rock heads. It won't be long before he's answering to me.
Okay. And right away, I'll kind of like let a sigh of relief out and I'll just be like, that's great to hear. I understand. In my opinion, that's how it should be. No raw feat of power can match wisdom and strength through faith. You know, so I think that's very good. I'm glad to hear that.
Cleric, I take it. Still eyes narrowed.
That's right. And as I'm sure you can tell, an Angelborn like yourself.
She looks you up and down, and then she's gonna just exactly how angelic does your Angelborn look? Anywhere close to this one?
Not as close. I got like a little bit of like, you know, like the Witcher's eyes don't glow, but they're like almost like reflective in a weird way. I got kind of like that vibe going on. So not nearly as like powerful looking as this lady.
Yeah, eyes still narrowed. She's just gonna look you up and down, and she says, I guess you do have a glimmer of true power. Just a smidge. And she's just gonna like real short, still looking you up and down. Who are you with?
Oh, Enza, of course. We were like almost embarrassed, like we were the ones that welcomed you here earlier.
Yes, the dumb one.
I'll just kind of take that. Okay, fair.
Well, thank you. Do you require anything of Karn Obsidia?
No, absolutely not. No requirement. In fact, if anything, we'd like to hear your true intent so that we can find a way to make peace together. There's a lot of interesting new chaos introduced to the world with the Titans around, so we just want to be on the same page. That's all.
With 2 armies at our disposal, Khan Obsidia is the most well-positioned to lead the attack against the Titans. That is why we are here. If you oppose this, then we should leave. Or perhaps, maybe we can work together, but you seem not the leader type.
That is true. That would be Sister Anya. And I'll kind of point over, just like immediately throw her under the bus, be like, yep, that's her right over there. She's my boss. I'd be like, but no, to be entirely honest, I couldn't agree more. I think that your army is well suited and clearly powerful, especially if even the Terraborn's power bows to you.
In due time. And she's not even ashamed to say stuff like that, even if she was next to some of the stone heads.
Okay. All right. I almost wonder if I should. I'll kind of almost be trying to wrap up the conversation, really. I don't want to hold her, you know what I mean? But I'll be like,
definitely.
Why is it that you're so sure, if you don't mind me asking, that, I mean, do you share equal power currently? Why is it that you feel that you will not soon?
Our cities are divided, but still one. If it becomes apparent one of us is incapable of leading, then it falls to the other. He is, in my opinion, never been capable of leading.
I'm sure you've already considered the possibility of a strong division, and then of a society divided in half. Unfortunately, you know, what may happen in that instance. I mean, clearly you're powerful as is, but not only would it divide your forces in half, but then pin the other half against you.
True, it does become an issue should this be a struggle won through conflict. But I believe there are easier ways to wear the crown, so to say.
All right, very good. I respect that. And just as you do our kin well in your ability to seek for a solution of wisdom instead of violence. I admire you, and I should head back to make sure Sister Anya is doing well.
And she'll respond with a similar sentiment, but a little bit underhanded. One which is like, and you would do well to abandon a failing city and come to be with your own.
Interesting. I'll act like I'm thinking about it. I'll be like, oh, you know, and just kind of like, yes, I'll consider that. And just kind of, you know, head back to the group. Head back to Draven, I guess.
Sure thing.
Who's up next?
Who would like to go next? Totally fine with either one.
Y'all go right ahead.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Anya got a little bit of a pep talk, and you're both heading over to the Turtle Man. Now, he, I think, is probably my favorite design.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I love this man.
He is pretty cool.
Oh.
And you'll see him. He's actually already done his rounds around the room, right? So this old guy's just trying to take a seat, just catch a breather. The room isn't even that big to need to catch a breather, but he's catching a breather.
So I think Yog would walk up and say, the scholar, wise one, have you met Anya, Sister Anya yet?
Yes. Anya. It was quite the meeting. I've never forgotten it. It only happened a good 20 minutes ago, but I still won't.
What are you? I imagine someone of your age and wisdom would have plenty of good jokes to tell. I have a few of my own if you're looking for new ones to add to your repertoire.
And he's just going to look you up and down, but it's a different up and down because you're a bit smaller. And he's going to say, well, don't be shellfish.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. So not only, so Yog would be laughing, but like, so he's sitting down, right? So he'd like put his hand on the table and he'd kind of like lean into this, he'd play it up a little bit. And he would say, okay, well, in that case, why did the sea elves panic when their water started running low? They were afraid they'd end up as land-loving leaf eaters instead of ocean-dwelling wave weavers.
He's gonna give you a
start. Yeah. But then Yog will say, but in all seriousness, part of the reason I brought Anya back over here is I want to make sure you have a chance to talk about how Enza can help with the situation that you guys are in.
Yes, indeed. It is a grave subject that we've come here to discuss, and
I think
it is definitely pertinent to address all of this titanic changes happening within our borders, close enough to ours.
Since we are also trying to work with some of the other major cities I think that we can probably come up with some kind of an agreement where we can get that Titan off your back, so to speak. I know you're carrying a lot of weight there already. We don't want to add too much to it.
This shell, I've had it for years. But I tell you,
Okay.
this Titan, it truly becomes one for the ages. Have you seen a Titan in distress? One on the brink is truthfully terrifying. We do need to address Enza's involvement, but in all honesty, we are here to talk to... I gotta scroll up so I get the right freaking names.
It's always
But in all honesty, we are here to talk to the Verdant Hold. It has become pertinent that they repeal the Titan. I'm not sure how, but if they don't, drastic measures could be taken. And as from what I remember, they don't like that.
I believe you were also looking to learn more about the Titans. Is that right? Like where they came from?
Yes. If you still have these summoning places, I would love, not me personally, but I would love to get a good look at them. Perhaps even try to simulate a better way to summon entities in the future. One that doesn't cause our Earth a great, massive energy drain.
Yeah, I think there is much to learn from these Titans and these world events. We shouldn't be too hasty in, destroying Titans and going on the war path. I think we should take our time with this one.
Certainly. And we have always been about study. If there is information, we must grasp it, but not at the care of our good people. And he's going to say that in the most stern way that he's said literally anything.
Man's got his priorities straight.
Yep.
I'm going to go to give him a fist bump before we leave and just leave it hanging. See if he fist bumps me back.
And you are going to get a fist bump, but he's going to play into the fact that he's a turtle and trying to screw with you. So this is the slowest fist bump you've ever seen in your entire life.
As soon as the knuckles touch, he just immediately retracts it. Yeah, no big deal.
Yes.
I'm going to do the same thing when he, just as we touch, I'll have my other hand come up really fast and I'm going to slip him a couple of leaves and be as someone who maybe has been around a little while, this is a little pick-me-up if you want to slip these into a tea or give them a little chew while you're here.
A good classic of the Soulbrax. The good chewing tobacco. Well, I never said no.
Nice! Nailed it.
As Yog's walking away, he's going to have a little pep in his step.
I'll immediately kind of maybe meeting up with Yog on my way back from talking to Seraphine. I kind of see that you're walking around and, laugh and giggle a little bit. And I'll be like, Yog, wait, did you mention the thing with the letters? That it would be, we believe,
I'll be right back.
Oh okay. All right.
Go very back.
And I'll be like, wait. And I'll just touch the brim of your hat as you're leaving. And as I do, you'll feel a bit of a push of divine energy push through you. I'm actually going to cast guidance on you as well, just in case.
Nice.
Okay. My fancy new Mickey Mouse hat. Okay. Yeah, I think Yog is going to go back and then say, oh, hey, how would he say this? Maybe I'll just describe what he would say. So he would maybe make another little pun or something, but say that, and he'll say that's a lot quieter than everything else has been normal volume. This is a lot more quiet. And basically, how would we say this? Make a little joke about not wanting this to get out, but it's possible that someone has tampered with some of the communication. And we would like to, if they had any records of communication sent and received, we would like to maybe get to the bottom of what had caused it. But make it sound a little bit self-deprecating, maybe the Emberwing had something wrong with it, and maybe words have been dropped or something. And hey, we're trying to work out the kinks. Maybe if we could get some, if you had any records of any of the communications you're willing to share, we think that and then but he'll say we think there might have been some miscommunication between you and the Verdant Hold, which I don't want I want to correct the records, kind of referencing it was as if these were something that would go in a history book, and basically be I'd like to double check your records.
So for the most part, I don't want to say they're put off by the request, but they are going to be a little more guarded to say correspondence between separate countries is a bit private. And I do believe that it would be impertinent of me to share our side if it wasn't for the Verdant Hold currently. I do believe all things will come to light very soon, young one. But he's going to tap his nose just once. If you're going to send a letter, can get intercepted. You always send two.
Don't know what that means. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. I think Yog is going to make sure he goes back and shares everything. And he's also going to slip while he goes back to share with... I just space on your name. Shoot.
My character's name?
Cyro. Yeah, sorry,
got
I
it.
forgot. So he's going to go back to Cyro, and he'd be like, oh, thanks for that little pep. And he's going to slip you some mint leaves and be like, I know you were getting a little hot under the collar over there, so I wanted to have cool you down a little bit after going to talk to your new beau.
My new beau. And I'll just be like, no, she's not. Am I really that warm? Do I look warm? And without even like thinking about it, I'll eat whatever leaves you gave me. Just like saying, oh, as I'm like still talking, like, really? Is that obvious? I'm just start munching.
Minty fresh.
Yeah.
And let's go on over to the verdant hold. If you're ready, Draven.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up. Would Lady Mirror, would she be by herself or would she be with like engaged with someone right now?
So she's for the most part sitting by herself, and all of the like dryads that she came with look a lot like her, almost like they were copies, right? But the real version of her is like the most vibrant, the most pretty, the most like nature-esque. So the copies are more or less going to talk to other people, and she's just kind of in her spot with still two of the copies around her.
Okay, I'm going to kind of approach her from the side. I think Draven's going to kind of approach from the side, very calm, collected, and again, speak with plants, right? I'm going to say to her, Lady Mirror, it's good to see the green of verdant hold in these halls. Enza has been awash in flame and stone lately, and your presence here is a reminder that life itself endures.
As we do appreciate such high praise. You yourself have quite the greenery. It tickles my heart down to my roots.
Oh well, I really appreciate that. I've worked with Faith quite a bit on our gardens here, trying to tend to them and understand them more in what they need to thrive. So trying to become a more attuned to nature, if you will. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And she's going to appreciate this being said in plant instead of just common tongue. And she's going to inquire slightly about Faith again, but she's also going to say like, hey, if she's not coming with us, stick with her. She's good people. And she doesn't really know much about her just because she's a plant person.
But then, I'm going to ask her, just very calm while still like, I'm going to be scanning the room. So I'm going to say like, as I'm still scanning the room and talking to her, because I kind of feel like she's the type that's going to be kind of very quiet herself, but also taking in her surroundings as well. So I'm going to try to mimic that at the same time. So I would say that probably I'm noticing Cyro over there at the time talking with Seraphine, and I would notice, Yog and Sister Anya over there with Verith, and I'm over here now with her, and I'm gonna be like, beautiful. Now I'm gonna say to her, gosh, what am I gonna say? Well, it looks like the meeting is kind of going well. A little surprised by the Pharaoh himself gracing us with his presence. Has he come to these before in the past?
Yes. He's very boisterous. When he does appear, it's on his own schedule. Or if it's hosted at his own city, he always picks autumn, which is just the worst. And to give a little context, there's 4 leaders for the Verdant Hold: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. All 4 of those people are inside this woman at the same time. When she got angry with you guys, she shifted to autumn slightly, but she's summer because it's summer now.
Cool. That's cool.
And it her off that the Solbrax Dominion schedules it for autumn because autumn is fiery. It's a little bit extra, like I can get away with some stuff by like getting them angry type of thing. So it's one of Solbrax's many pleasures to make her angry, especially during the autumn time.
That is funny.
Okay, so I'm sure I'll have like a little bit more small talk with her, just trying to get to know her a little bit. And then I'm eventually going to bring up, and I'm just going to say to her, my lady, forgive me if this sounds strange, but I really have begun to notice that there's been a pattern in the way that our letters and our invitations that have gone out to the other countries and what we seem to be getting back, that the words don't seem to be carrying the same meaning by the time that they arrive to their final destination. It seems like some of these messages speak of tension or others of indifference, but yet none of it matches the tone from what I hear in person talking to other emissaries. And it makes me wonder if something or someone is guiding these messages, possibly between your circle and scholars of the Thalassar. Not to divide you perhaps, but to keep your voices from meeting clearly.
She's going to say something very similar to, I've also come to this conclusion. And that's a good portion of why we're here. I wouldn't be here if I couldn't clear my name, would I? And you're gonna see this is the version of Summer before you, right? And she's like, with a little spark of joy, a little bit of yellow within her is gonna like show. Now she's got like blonde streaks in her hair. Just a splash of spring shows out with that joyfulness. And she's gonna say, I think we'll be all right. Just bubbly now, but kind of going back to her more serious Summer demeanor.
Well, I understand, and I'm sure it's not common. It is not common for me to be asking this, but I really think it would be prudent, and it would be doing the due justice of maybe comparing messages that you yourself have sent and looking at messages that the Thalsari sent, if they happen to have them by chance with them here, and we can compare those actual messages compared to what you were getting in return, because who knows, we might find out that there might have been something that was misconstrued between the two of you. We might help come to a conclusion on that, because I do know, lady, that your mere presence here does bring a calm to this hall of the tempers that are going on here, kind of speaking on the fact of her being in her summer tone right now. And I really do fear that the words between your people and the Thalassar have been twisted somewhere in their journey. And I think it would be important to remember that sometimes roots have to walk through water, or roots, how do I want to say this? That sometimes you must walk through water before returning back to where your roots are from, on a path of healing, trying to getting at the Titan is in the water to try to heal herself, but that you're always going to remember where your roots are from, and like she'll come back to try to speak on, is what I'm going to try to speak on to them, or to her.
Absolutely.
That's
definitely. Cool. And she's just going to say back to you, a classic. Are you sure you're not from Verdanthold? The tale of the mighty mangrove. Its roots must pierce many, many miles of sea before they hit the ground. The nutrients they seek.
Oh yeah, the mangrove. And I'm like, no, that's 100%. I think we both see eye to eye on that. And I'm gonna leave her with the fact of like, and I think if, like I said, if we can compare these messages, I think it will do a lot, because I really feel that when faith grows silent, deception blooms in its shadow. And if we can bring back the truth into the light, I think Toleran, she will breathe easier through both of your lands. And I'm just going to try to leave her with that.
Okay. Dang. And she'll appease you slightly, but I do kind of want to roll to see how much she wants to give you. I want to see if you're like super influential, or if she's just like, get out of here, kid.
I knew I should have gave guidance to Draven. I'm just kidding.
I think I have. Yeah, I got. All right. Well, is this?
Come on.
Yeah, you said influence, right?
Yep.
Come on.
Would this been with advantage because of how well I talked to her?
Unfortunately, not this time. But it is really middle of the road, and she necessarily isn't going to give you everything that you were looking for. But she is kind of like gonna feed you a little bit of crumbs for the most part. She's going to look to one of her attendants, and she's gonna say, Well, I suppose this will come to light very shortly. And she's just gonna rip, like straight up, she's gonna grab onto one of her attendants, like grab a piece of their skin, rip it down, and it becomes the piece of paper, like a message, like just straight up ripped off of their skin. And that's not something that hurts them. That's just a thing that they can do. Like they can absorb a message and it cannot ever be like transferred or like doctored or anything like that.
Interesting.
So they rip this message right off the arm of one of the messengers and they show it to you. The correspondence between them and the Thessalari.
At that point, I'm gonna tell her, Lady Myrrh, thank you so much for this, and I promise you that I will keep this trusted between us, and I will get to the bottom of this. And at that same time, I'm gonna notice that Cyro is now kind of walking away from Seraphine and is looking a little perturbed. And I'm also gonna see that Yogg is about now also leaving Verith. And I'm gonna let her know. And my lady, I must depart at this moment right now, so that way I can. It looks like one of my compatriots is a little up in a. I don't know the right word for that. Is a little need of a pep talk. A little need of a pep talk. But thank you very much for this, and I'm gonna go try to meet up with Cyro and Yogg right now.
Absolutely. And we're getting 5-10 minutes away at max before this meeting starts. And you're going to see one of the messengers that was sent away by Anya come back, whisper in Anya's ear a little bit, and then they're just going to get sent back out into the hall. And as all of this is going on, the Solbrax has gotten more boisterous, not necessarily to the point of being like inconsiderate and rude or anything like that, but he's very much so the loud person in the room, the one who's like kind of commanding attention just by being there. And it's become very apparent that he's far more comfortable in his chair now than he was before. He's got his feet up at this point.
This guy, no respect for others.
All of the emissaries are basically done with their meet and greeting. There's a couple of the hangers on that still go and talk to the others, still trying to like work out the last little bit of greasing that they can do. But for the most part, everyone's just starting to calm down a bit and ready for the discussion.
Okay.
Before that does happen, though, I do want to say that Seraphine will exit the room for just a moment, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, with 2 of her attendants. But she is going to leave 3 of the Angelborns there as well.
Would we have noticed that?
It wouldn't have been secretive.
Am I back together with Yogg and Cyro right now?
Yes.
I'm gonna quickly kind of tell them, like, let them know, like, hey, I was able to get a copy of the message that was sent from the Verdant Hold to the Thessalar. I kind of think we need to, by chance, Yogg, were you able to get anything from Verith that we can compare the messages sent to see if someone is messing with them at all?
I just know that they were also suspicious, and he said something about sending 2 messages, but I didn't get a copy.
Okay.
Can I maybe do a little bit of sign language to somebody, like, because there's the one main entrance, to make sure basically that they're being watched as they leave, but maybe like sign about like, oh, we need more drink, but I'm really signing to someone to say, hey, keep an eye on them.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was going to mention to Cyro, as I'm watching the Seraphine leave, I was going to mention to Cyro, like, hey Cyro, where is she going off to right now?
I'll look over and see that she's actually walking out and to be like, oh, I'm not sure. She didn't mention anything directly.
Well, I mean, by chance, I could see that she got you a little perturbed. What did you guys speak of?
Not a whole lot. I tempted her pride, essentially, implying that she was a servant to the Terraborn. And thankfully, she openly denied that, but she also mentioned that soon she will reign over them, essentially. Whether that's, again, just her pride speaking or a matter of truth is yet to be determined. But there is definitely a strict and obvious division in their society that we could easily play on, I'm sure, in our political affairs when we actually meet together here. That's all I really know.
I'm going to look down at Yogg, and I'm going to be like, hey, Yogg, what do you think of this lady Seraphine? Do you think we need to follow her?
Oh, don't worry. I've already got somebody on it.
Oh, okay.
You've got somebody on it? What do you mean? It's just the 3 of us.
Did you send one of the guards to follow them? To follow her?
Yeah, I've got. You remember where we talked about replacing people with someone we trust? I just made sure there's a few people mixed in there that were people I could trust.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Great. That's gonna work out well then. And then where is Sister Anya at right now?
She's in her seat. She's also expected to be the like person who reads the minutes or whatever for a meeting. So she's going to be the one who's supposed to prompt the start of this meeting. Yeah, officiator.
Draven, I haven't used all my jokes yet. Do you want me to go continue to poke the bear with those Terrorborn and Angelborn? I've got a pretty good joke that I think might get a reaction.
Get a reaction. I have a pretty good joke. I think they'll kill each other.
I could tell it to you first.
I mean, hey, you're a smart fella. I trust you anything you want to go do. But I'm gonna go talk with Sister Anya real quick, if you don't mind, before this whole gets started. But what I'd like to do, if we could, if this thing is gonna get started, I'd like for us to kind of be a little spread out across this room to kind of cover the angles. I don't think the Pharaoh is going to be up to anything. From what I gathered, this is the way he acts. He acts very boisterous. This is how he is at all the other meetings. He comes to them himself. He doesn't send an emissary to any of the past ones. I don't think we have anything to worry about with him. I think our concerns are with the Karn Obsidian. That's where I think our concerns are at right now. I'm a little iffy about them. So I'm going to go speak with Sister Anya, and then I'm going to position myself closer to them, but between them and Sister Anya. Cyro, can you get yourself in a position where you got a good vantage point over the room or of the room? And Yogg, make yourself inconspicuous if you could, and see what maybe you can find out some more.
Okay. I think I might occasionally assist once the meeting gets started. Maybe he'll help refill, pretend to almost be one of the wait staff, even though he's not going to change his clothes or anything. But
Definitely.
maybe help fill different groups' drinks and things like that. And he's gonna put it reach way up so he can put his hand on Draven's shoulder, and noticeable to Draven but not to other people, he's gonna slip a few leaves into his a pocket, and these are gonna be cot leaves, which are give a stimulant and a euphoric effect. They're based on a real world.
Oh,
because I'm
cool.
this
cool.
is good planning, Draven.
Nice.
Do I have to take those leaves, or is those something that
You're chewable. You can chew these leaves.
okay?
That tastes terrible.
No, did you say, do you have to take them? Is that what you said?
Yeah, do I have to chew on them to get whatever effect from them?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get any effect from them from you just putting them in.
No, I just put them in your pocket.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Because they're not necessarily mechanically. I've been just looking at leaves on the side.
Okay.
That's awesome. I have
So
an
it took
idea.
it took about 5 minutes for Seraphine to return. And
Okay.
let's say you sent Frankie after her. He has not returned.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
My nickname for him is Beans, by the way.
Beans.
What do you got there? What do you got, Cody?
I was just gonna say, and I guess Cyro would actually say this too, as Draven's issuing his battle plan, essentially the stations and stuff like that, or anti-battle plan, hopefully, really. I'm gonna kind of mention directly. I'm Draven, I hate to say this, but I'm not entirely confident in Sister Anya's self-confidence for this meeting. Though it's not a great look, I think it may be good for one of us to be able to speak on her behalf in an instant should the need arise.
Oh, I completely agree, but I got faith in Sister Anya. I've seen her fare through worse storms than this. I just need to. I'm gonna go give her a little pep talk, a little reminder, real quick, before this gets started.
Very good. At least let me come with you.
Definitely. Yep. So if we got time, I don't know if we do or not, but I want to kind of go up to Sister Anya while I see her at the table. I'm sure she's probably yeah. And it's going to be
He's sweating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, sister, breathe. You have faced worse than this, just in smaller rooms, obviously. But remember what Enza stands for, not for what it fears. Okay, you're not speaking to them, the emissaries. You're speaking for everyone who can't be in that chair, right? So let them hear that steadiness, the same steadiness that you have used to keep this city alive when we were uprooted and thrown here with no clue of where we were. the same guidance that you gave to every one of us before we went out on any mission to ensure that we came back safely. You have this, sister. Just breathe.
Yeah, I've got some words of my own. I want to basically mention after he like finishes that, I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm not native to Enza, as you're aware, but from what I understand, you had an incredibly powerful archmage, Atos, and he seems maybe even to be on par with this. You know, just kind of like motion over to the Solbrax Dominion guy and be like, but the fact is, I imagine he directly either elected or confirmed your position here, and he saw something worth doing that for in you. That's all that needs to be said. You can do this. And I'll also cast guidance on her before I leave too.
Okay, very cool. She's gonna appreciate that, and she was kind of on the edge when you mentioned Atos, because even mentioning like anything bad about Atos in front of her would be like not good for you. But
Right.
she was glad that it wasn't in vain. She was glad that you were honoring his memory, but it was still painful for her to relive that. But she is taking these words to heart. That you're right. I'm speaking for every one of you guys on my behalf, and Atos would have packed up every one of these chumps. You know, it's just
exactly. That's right. Yeah, I'll give her like a very determined nod, like, yeah, that's right.
As we walk away, you know, Draven kind of, you know, hears her. He's gonna be like, sister, stone doesn't shout to be heard. It endures. So will you. And I'm gonna kind of walk over to take position between the obsidian, the Carnosidian, and between her. I want to be close to her because there's just something that's got me worried about her still, because I'm still worried about her. And then, but I also want to be able to kind of telepathically be within range of her to kind of speak, to give her guidance if I see anything kind of going on.
That makes sense to me. Absolutely.
Can you go fill the Pharaoh's drink like right as things are getting started?
Sure. He would welcome your services.
Oh.
So he's gonna come up and he's gonna be pouring really slow so he can say this joke probably like a little bit too loud so like anyone at the table could hear. To say, why did Anubis get too cozy and prop his paws on the table? Because he was feeling mummified and thought, I'm the god of the afterlife. I canine kick back however I want. And then it'll be like wink at the Pharaoh and be like, and then just walk away.
I love it.
And for what he's going to take from that joke is going to be your fun demeanor and the fact that you missed one thing. It's God of this life too.
Oh, brutal.
Oh, you got me.
That's awesome.
He's gonna be like, oh, you got me. And just like he's just
super
act like
nonchalant.
it's a game, like it's not even, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. That's really cool.
Draven, real quick, like while he's standing there, is going to, he doesn't know whether he's anything. He knows that before he started all this, his DD gave him a sign that she was there with him. And Draven's just gonna kind of real quick see if he can cast shield, like something that's inconspicuous, and just see if he can feel it at all.
Okay.
Just a thing he's gonna try.
So it doesn't work, but you do kind of like that feeling of washing over you of security that a shield does give you. You get the feeling of, but it's not the literal spell shield. So you have that magical sensation, like you're actually trying to do it, but it doesn't technically work. It's like at your fingertips, but it's not there.
Okay, that's cool. I'm glad actually. That's gonna play into Draven for this part. Got it.
Oh, I just realized it's muted. Is there a way? I think Yogg, before, if he may not have time since he just did the thing with Anubis or with the Pharaoh, but I think if he has time, or maybe at the beginning of the meeting, he might slip out to try to find beans.
Okay, definitely. You definitely have the time to do so, and technically, you're not necessary for the meeting to begin, so you could walk in partially through or anything like that. So you more than enough time to go check on beans.
Are you gonna let us know before you leave, or are we gonna know you left to go check on beans?
I'm sure I would signal to you guys in some fashion, like tip my hat or just some kind of way of being like, hey, notice I'm leaving.
Okay. So I just want to make sure. I didn't know if that was going to be one of the things like y'all maybe just slipped out type of thing. Okay.
And Anya would also be commenting to Yogg, you know, hey, where's that guy at? You know, he came back and, you know, whispered in her ear, and then the party continued. But the whisper in her ear was, the wards won't go back up. that was the information he parted off to her, and she's gonna be like, "Hey, where's that guy? Are the wards on? What's going on?"
Is Draven gonna know that?
If you're close to Anya, yes, but the messenger is the one that was checking on the wards.
Because Draven mentioned to her earlier about we need to get the wards. I'm only asking because like I the very beginning, Draven told her that we need to get the wards back up. So I didn't know if she was going to mention to me that they're not.
I would have
going
signed
back
you.
Up. Okay,
I would have signed
gotcha.
you if you weren't nearby. Everyone would stay in the loop.
Okay, so that means that definitely plays in more than why Draven's going to stay close to her during this time.
Definitely.
I'm going to be right behind her, actually.
Cool.
Okay.
And,
we probably don't have seats at the table. That probably does actually make more sense.
Within.
Yep.
Within like touching distance of her is where I'm going to be within.
Absolutely.
Do we have a way? I just thought of something. Do we have a way of activating her fail safe if she's like unconscious or something? Can we put her hand to her, do something to?
Nope. It's an enchantment. So it's an enchantment that she did to her tattoo. Specifically, it activates on the condition of she is about to die. So it activates on that condition, and that's it.
Okay, she doesn't have to manually. So never mind. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, actually, I'm not going to be within touching. I forgot my whip is reach, so I'm going to be within a space or two of her. So this way, I can just react if I see anything.
Absolutely. And it's now time to read the minutes. Are we going to do anything with Yogg in the hallway to check on Beans, or do we want to wait until they start talking?
Whatever you think is more intense.
Okay. So as you're poking your head out of the hallway a little bit, you're going to notice the other two that you brought with you, and they're just panicked. They have no idea where Beans is. So they're just back and forth, where did he go? Where did he go? And there's not a lot of information, but he was specifically sent to trail Seraphine, and no one really knows where she went at that moment because the person that was meant to trail her is now gone.
Good.
I think I would bring Theo with me and leave Curtis there.
Okay.
And be like, we got to find Beans, and then where were they last seen, and go there.
Definitely.
And probably would tell Curtis to go in and tell one of the other two guys, whoever he could more stealthily say, Frankie, tell him the person trailing Seraphine has disappeared, and that I'm going to go investigate with Theo.
I'd like to elect the likely fact that I'd be closer to the door than Draven.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay. Definitely.
So who's telling Cyro that?
Curtis
Okay.
is so this random, teenager in adult garb of maybe one of the guards is going to come up to Cyro and be like,
what?
Yogg and Theo are going to go find Beans. He was supposed to be tracking Seraphina and he never came back.
I'm just looking at him. I'm like, Yogg's going to get Beans?
He's going to show you on the inside of his wrist. He's got a tattoo. It's a circle with a dog, a wolf. Not a wolf, a dog on it. And he'd be like, it's all right. It's all right.
I'm just like, all right. And then I'm finally putting it together. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And I'll be like, I will actually make my way over to Draven because I have an idea. So whether the meeting starts or whatever, basically my intent is I'm going to make it over to Draven and tell Draven that as well. And then I'll suggest to Draven, I'll be like, okay, Yogg seems to have informants around us, which is very interesting and pretty cool. I didn't know that. But secondly, one of them is missing and they were tailing Seraphine, I believe. But if you could maybe communicate something with them, the guard that was here earlier, if you could psychically communicate and let them know that Yogg's looking for them or something.
Well, I believe I have to have visual sense of them to do my telepathic speech to them, right? Out of character.
I actually don't know. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that's how your bow works.
That makes sense.
Even if you were a range specific, it wouldn't matter in this situation.
Okay. So as Cyro tells me that, I'm going to be like, Draven's going to put together at that moment what Cyro said earlier about Seraphine, and he's going to look immediately over to... hold on. God, I know I wrote it down. Where is it?
Hierophant Bran.
Yeah, Hierophant. Yeah, Baron. I said it earlier too. I'm gonna look immediately over to Hierophant Baron to see where he's at.
Sure thing.
Oh yeah, that's the guy.
Just pretend he has an orb, a crystal floating around his
Yeah.
head in Halo.
Right,
I'm
Just
gonna
pretend it's
imagine
there.
that is on his. I'm gonna imagine that is on his forehead, with it embedded in his forehead. Am I gonna see him in the room right now?
Yep. He's stoically sitting forward, just waiting for the minutes to be read. You can almost assume that he's about to cut in right after someone says, "All right, let's start." So he's ready.
I'm just gonna make a beeline towards him.
Okay.
I'll stay by Anya.
Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, you have guidance and all that, and I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, watch Sister Anya. I think there's something about to happen, and I'm gonna immediately make my way over there. I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm just gonna position myself near him and his emissaries.
Okay.
He's
And
going
probably-
he's going to take notice, but he's not necessarily going to mention it at all. If you were trying to threaten him, he's threatened whatsoever. If you were trying to gain his favor, he doesn't care. So he's looking at you with complete indifference.
I'm not even really paying
That's
attention to him for that. I'm more paying attention to around him, so I wouldn't have even noticed him at that point. I'm not going to make eye contact with him anyways.
Okay.
I'm going to be basically trying to be aware of what's going on around him, like looking at his table around him, the chair around him, the surroundings around him is where I'm going to be looking at.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's kind of funny about this guy, but you'll notice that the chair he is sitting in actually has a crystal growing out of it currently. Not like it's some sort of malicious, dark, crazy thing. It's just the fact that this guy grows crystals where he's sitting.
Wow.
Like he puts out that much earth energy that
Yeah.
it creates some of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it look similar to the color of what's imbued from him?
Yeah, the crystals are definitely similar to the energy that he gives off.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bro's just sitting there aura farming,
Wow.
basically.
This that level 10 stuff.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And as everything is, minutes are starting to be read, Anya stands up. She's really authoritative, and the good words that you guys have been giving her actually get her to start this meeting off correct. With the first couple of words going in without a hitch, we're going to move over to the hallway. As there's been a tiny bit of a search going on for the last 5-ish minutes or so. We haven't necessarily been able to find Beans, but if you'd give me a check for a little search, and maybe one or two to iterate the fact that 3 people are technically searching for him right now, to give yourself some help, I wouldn't mind either.
Investigation?
Yeah, if you think that one works for you, I'd be happy to accept anything that you think works out.
Yeah, remember that scroll of investigation I gave you that gives you a plus 20 to investigation?
I do get +1 on my intelligent rolls, but I'm not a great investigator.
That's
How many
funny.
times did you say I should roll?
More than that.
However many people are, I don't think you'll have to.
I think it was just me and Theo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So
Curtis
it would have been
reported.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Perfect.
got your nat, and that's kind of what we needed here to get some really good and juicy information.
Only out of combat. That's when I roll well.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
So for the most part, you don't see Beans anywhere. Literally anywhere. There's no trace of him. A couple of the guards that you ask out in the hallway, they're like, I think you went in that direction. I don't know. But when Seraphine and her other guards walked in that direction too, then it was kind of like, oh yeah, they're over there, So as you walk down the hall a little bit, you're able to turn a corner, getting a little bit closer to some different corridors like the library, the bathroom, and other things like that. You're going to notice that there's these markings on the wall, and it's not necessarily a typical marking that you would assume would be in a very honorable or very classy kind of kingdom area that Enza is. So you're going to see this somebody took their thumb, turned it like a C, almost like a wolf, and then there's 2 or 3 of these marks, and it looks like it's in this brown thing, which you're able to assume is dried blood. And after 2 or 3 of these looks like marks to signify where he's been, you simply find a pile of ash.
Okay, obviously that's the right symbol that I would know to follow. Yogg would definitely run up and drop to his knees and scream, no, be like, "Beans, Franken!" like absolutely just like, oh my gosh, like just heartbroken, because this probably would have been one of like his original, group or something like that. So he is just like, this is almost like one of his kids. He just found, the remains of, basically. So he's gonna be
Definitely.
like full gross crying, nasty crying, like it's not, screaming about Frankie and Beans.
And it is, I want to stress exactly how hard it would be for you to have found this as evidence as well. It just looks like a pile of dust, like dust bunnies in the corner, just like kicked away. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're able to identify this as a pile of ash is just exemplifies your nat 20 in searching for it. But also, it is very clear that somebody tried to cover this up.
I think Yag would maybe like scoop some of it up into some kind of container if he could, or maybe like dump out a plant and like scoop out, like make it some kind of fashion and then he's gonna hand it to Theo, and his nickname for Theo is Logic, and he's gonna say, Logical, and he's gonna hand it and say, okay, Logical, like take care of this for me. And he's gonna be like tear stricken, but he's like, we need to get back. We've got to make sure that Frankie Beans' death doesn't go unanswered.
Definitely.
Can we pause for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay. I just gotta laugh. These names are killing me.
Theological.
Frankie Beans, then Logical. Okay.
Yeah, theological.
You're saying Frankie Beans. I'm thinking Franken Beans right now is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Frankie.
Mhm.
And then Cody put beans, and I was just like,
Yeah. No, totally get it.
Just wait until you
Okay.
meet his brother Bush.
Yep.
okay. I just had to get this out of me real quick. This is getting to be a very serious thing, and I was like, oh, the names are killing me. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, no, legit though. What the heck? Rip Beans. What's going on here? Okay. All right. Sorry.
Okay.
Wow, you just immediately killed the guy that I nicknamed.
All right.
Yeah.
Make the connection. You're like, and he's dead. Like,
Yeah, you're like the person. You're like, yeah. What is his name? Homer names him. You're like, all right, well, he's dead now.
he's not just like a little bit dead. Like he's just a few ashes. Like there's nothing left.
Into an empty plant jar, a vase that's
Yeah,
probably
there's
wet.
like
Now the
a-
ashes are like,
Sweep this over there in the corner.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see the comments on this one, like the one where
I
you
was
like
just think of that.
give Draven a bow and took his arm.
Yeah,
You give Young names one of his people, and then you just take him away.
kills him.
Yeah.
Ash done. Listen, we don't know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just Ash. We don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
Right? Probably.
Okay. All right. I'm good. Thanks. Sorry.
No, you're good. And the minutes of the meeting have been read for a little bit. Anya's kind of like said her piece. It's not her turn to speak. She's going to speak at the end. Okay. Anya's going to speak at the end on Enza's behalf. But for the most part, she's just kind of like setting the stage, embracing all of the emissaries as they come through. And she's just going to kind of like hand the floor off to the first person who's willing to talk. And that is, of course, going to be Karn Obsidia. Like, this dude basically jumped out of his seat, but he's still sitting. All right. So, for the most part, we kind of already know why Karn Obsidia is here. They believe that they are the best suited to hold a unified front against these titans. They believe they have a very unique advantage against the nature titan and could possibly take that out on their own. But the magma titan holds a unique elemental advantage against them, as you can probably tell that they deal with fire and like holy light and stuff like that. So they're definitely going to try to campaign for, at the very least, the Thessalari to accompany them in a warring mission. So they're kind of like trying to get an olive branch over there, try to get like the elemental type advantage against this giant titan, but kind of at the same time implying, I'll do it without you, So just putting out that big stance, just trying to like beat your chest a bit. And that's kind of like how it goes. It's a relatively good speech coming from a kind of charismatic person, but you can kind of tell this dude's a little bit of a butthead too. So like, not necessarily as much as the Solbrax Dominion, but he's definitely putting his foot in your mouth,
He's putting his foot in your mouth. That's awesome. What a phrase.
The most hit on point for the Karn Obsidia is going to be divine retribution should we fail this continent, because the Titans are a force that could doom us all. They see the Titans as a form of divine retribution. So, in a way, they just said anyone who died deserved it.
Ouch, yeah.
Yeah. Next up is going to be... No, absolutely. Please interject at any time, especially if Yogg is going to enter the room, because you can do that at any point in time too.
Not quite yet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how long did this guy talk for, roughly?
He's a man of short words, I would say. He was very commanding with his speech, but it was not long at all. Just a good couple of minutes. He said his piece, but he meant it.
Would during that time I would have been eyeballing Seraphine to see her reaction. Would she have reacted as he was speaking?
Oh yeah.
Like, could I do like an awareness check to see if I?
Yeah, that would make sense to me.
Or insight or something.
I'll go awareness.
Totally.
I was gonna be 19.
Actually, really good. So for the most part, you're gonna notice that she's unfeeling for a good majority of the speech that this guy's trying to give, right? But when he hits on the divine retribution portion of the Titan's wrath, then her eyes and ears are going to perk up slightly, but just because it seems like that would have been what she started with should she had been the one to give the speech. It's almost like that was the most important part of that speech to her.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm tempted to almost openly, he gets his piece out there. I might openly, if we notice, I don't know, what I notice, I'd probably be watching Seraphine also. Would I have had noticed that reaction at all?
I feel like it wouldn't have been something that was incredibly obvious. Draven just got a pretty high roll for that. So he just noticed the very small quirks that happened with her eyes and ears and then just kind of went back to normal. Almost like she's doing her best to keep composure. I mean, really like everyone is in the entire room, but for her, for sure.
Okay.
Is
Moving
it
on.
possible for you to do a makeshift disguise on Logical, who's with him right now, on Theo, to look like Frankie? I do have the disguise trade.
I feel like that's possible.
Toss that out there. See how that.
I like that.
If he didn't think it was convincing enough, he probably would not keep it. So I don't know how good he thinks it looks.
Okay. It's not the best, and it's almost clear. As soon as you get 5 feet in front of this dude, it's not Frankie. But if you were looking at him from a distance and didn't really know the dude, then yeah, that might be Frankie.
Okay. I'll leave it on. That's gonna give us a couple more minutes in the hallway as we're getting him to look like beings.
Absolutely. Moving on, we're going to be talking to the Thessalari Empire Enclave. Darn it. All right, so for the most part, they're going to plead with the majority of the court to help with their Titan problem. It's currently absorbing a majority of the coast's water from which they live on. A large portion of the city and ocean itself has been depleted of life energy. Now, they're also placing a decent amount of blame on the Verdant Hold, simply because this was a Titan that they used to worship. Like the legends say that there was the first Titan in many different ways. But now it's causing such a environmental imbalance that there must be retribution. And if they don't, the Thessalari, if they don't get the Verdant Hold to do something about this, they are going to seek monetary compensation, possibly some other type of forceful action. But coming from the nicest voice in the room, that was also the nicest voice at the Thessalari. There's 3 people that run the Thessalari Enclave, and he's the one of memory. The other 2 aren't necessarily as forgiving as he is.
See, now is the time I might chime up and say something. So as they're kind of talking this out and essentially the Verdant Hold figure your mom out, she's going crazy. I'll kind of I'm near Sister Anya right now. So
yeah,
I'll kind of publicly, openly address her, but also everyone at the same time and be like, Sister Anya, if I may speak on your behalf, we've done a bit of respectful greeting with our new guests of their own respected lands, and we've learned some interesting things that I think may be pertinent to this portion of our discussion.
Continue as show motion.
Okay, I'm not going to spill the beans completely. Don't worry. I'm just going to be like, I'll look
Beans are
towards. All right, good night.
How
No, I'm
dare
just
you?
kidding. I hit back on accident. Wait, hold on. That was an accident. I closed roll 20. Give me just a sec.
Oh,
I did it for the bit. No, okay, sorry. Okay, no, but beans already spilled. Good. So I will. I'll look towards the turtle, and knowing that he's got a good memory, I would know. Surely he's himself gotten the information from the Verdant Hold. So I'm going to turn to him and be like, I admire and respect your memory. I understand that you remember nearly maybe everything that you've ever heard and understood. So surely you would have heard that there's a very specific reason that Talaren is seeking refuge near your lands, because the Verdant Hold had communicated that to you, correct? Kind of just like elephant in the room, supposedly the Verdant Hold mentioned to us the whole thing of like they heard that Talaren was already in a skirmish with the magmatite and everything else, and it was like it's probably whatever. So that was like one of the bits of information I remember that was supposedly communicated, and I'm like, well, he would remember that if it was communicated. So like here it is, elephant in the room. That I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Definitely. And he's gonna appreciate that, and for the most part he's gonna say, yes, we do have various rumors about said encounters, and as much as I would like to say that this fully clears Verdant Hold's name, there are still a few hang-ups that we must address, mainly the receding ocean. Even if it's not your fault at this moment, it'd be hard to say that this isn't your problem. And just kind of trying to reiterate, you've been worshiping this thing for hundreds of years. I know that you say you don't claim it now, but that doesn't necessarily hold exactly much weight if that's something that you've held near and dear for like several hundred years. So for the most part, even if the Verdant Hold are not the ones that summoned said Titan, they still believe the claim to be to Verdant Hold. And they'd be more than willing to work with them to expunge said Titan from their lands. But the Thessalari are also scholars, and they're here to study the sites from which they've emerged, if the Verdant Hold can show them to where it was spawned. And also asking that of Enza for the magmatite.
I would look at Sister Anya. I think I'm still within probably 10 spaces. And I would just ask her telepathically, Sister Anya, you mind if I interject real quick?
Certainly. Just looking at the
Scholar
right
Barrett.
and left wing over here. Just you go.
Scholar Barrett, you remember what the waters have seen. You remember that the fire is what brought us here. But I beg of you, remember also that vengeance will cost the world that makes it burn before it. The roots of Verdant Hold and the tides of Thessalar have always met in the same soil. One feeds the other. I don't think the Titan hates you or has anything against you. I think it's drowning in pain that neither of you caused yourself. If we make retribution the price of peace, then peace will never afford itself, and let us help calm the Titan before others demand blood instead of balance. So I'm trying to talk to both the way both of them are. Let Enza and if Lady Mirror is good with this, let us send envoys to your waters, healers and warders, and those who can soothe rather than strike, and help the sea with what it deserves more than another war in its name. And I think that if memory demands justice, then let also remember mercy. For both of you are children of understanding.
Okay. They are partially moved by your words, but there is a just underlying sinking feeling that you feel from the Thessalari that these are wise words should you not be the one currently holding the end of the candle that's burning. I implore all of you here to work together to get rid of these titans, these scourges on our land. And
wait, who said that?
the Thessalari scholars, Mr. Shelbourne. Oh. He's urging everyone to work together to get rid of the titans, and he's currently holding the flaming end of the candle because it's hurting his area. If there was help from others, it might make this happen quicker, but the bare bones issue of this is there's going to be a massive energy drain no matter what. It could be from the ocean, maybe it could be from the verdant holds green trees, but something is going to suffer because this titan needs to be saved. And if it's not where it's chosen, like the most effective douse me in water, then it's going to have to be, from the verdant hold specifically trying to save it. So there's going to be a massive energy drain or cost to helping it. And he's currently trying to implore everyone to help with that cost, or perhaps we just get that titan out of here.
I believe we can bring balance back to the titans. I would be more than happy to escort you and your scholars to where why can't I remember that titan's name?
Colgon.
Colgon, where Colgon emerged from, for you to study that, to be able to study that area, as it may help us learn how to bring the titan back into where it was once secured, to bring balance to this world. And I believe I can help you get to the area where Tolaran emerged from without trying to admit, like, full on, like, I know exactly where.
Yeah, we have a vague idea,
but
I know exactly
where.
Yeah, no.
Where we strongly believe where Tolaran emerged from, and to help study that area as well, while those of the rest of us go to her ourselves to calm her and get her to leave your waters immediately, and to convince that, so you can study and help come up with a solution from one end while we go and try to get her out of your waters.
Okay. So that was a good speech, and they're all like taking it to heart, but there was a couple of points of contention during that, and two people would have interrupted you if they weren't like, let him speak, like during this meeting, right? So the first person that would have interrupted you would have been Lady Myrrh from Verdant Hold. She would have interrupted you during the time that you said, you know where the nature titan emerged from. And the outburst would have been something similar to, it's not on our borders, something to the effect of, you can't blame us for this. And they're on the defensive for that, basically the only reason why they're here. So they're, in a way, thinking that Enza is now trying to double down on them as well. So that's their first interjection. And I know that's not like where you were going with it, but that's how they would have interrupted you the second they would have,
Okay.
And then the second interruption you would have gotten would have been from
Would I have noticed Lady Myrrh wanting to interrupt? Because I would say
so. When as this happens, they're gonna get their first 3 words out, and then somebody's gonna hold. So they will try to interrupt you, but they're going to let you finish.
I would say that Draven would have, if Draven would have seen that, knowing how he's already trying to build a connection with Lady Myrrh, and would have interpreted that, Draven would have immediately been like, and I assure you, it was not anywhere near the Verdant Holds region at all.
Definitely. And we'll put that like right in the middle.
And this is why I can tell you, where I believe we are closer to the area of where Tolaran emerged from, and why we are able to know, we found evidence of where Tolaran emerged from, as it was as it was not near the Verdant Hold region.
Okay, definitely. And she wouldn't. She would have only tried on us. Yeah. She would have only tried to interrupt that one time, but there would be someone else trying to interrupt you at the same time when you mentioned the Magma Titan. Hierophant Braun would have jumped up, and the first second you mentioned the Magma Titan, like, I think we can find it. And he's going to jump up and be like, I'll tell you exactly where it is because it tore swaths of fields from my land. It was the only true city-state that suffered from the absolute trail of the Magma Titan.
True.
So they almost have a arrow pointing directly to where it came from. So that's where the Karn Obsidia would have stood up and be like, Magma Titan.
Draven would respond as soon as he saw it, but he was interrupted and told to calm, right?
Yes. It was less successful on him than the lady, but it still worked.
Nice.
I think that Draven is just going to ignore him in his outburst.
Yeah.
I'm not
it's
going to
basically just a slight anyway.
Yeah. I would not pay attention to his outburst, mainly from my interaction with him earlier. However, I would look at Seraphine during that time frame as I'm ignoring him and I'm speaking of that, as I'm saying, like, if we work together on this and we let you study where the Titan came from, I believe we can come to a solution that benefits us all without, again, I'm not trying to allude to killing the Titans. I'm trying to allude to bringing them back under a sense of calm, I guess, or putting them back to sleep. I guess what I'm trying to allude to.
Definitely. And Lady Myrrh is going to start jumping up a little bit because it's like her turn to speak. We've already gone through Karn Obsidia, and now we've already gone through the Thessalari. So the Verdant Hold is going to say their piece. They're going to remove all blame from them, casting aside their connection to the Nature Titan in a way of like, so like, let's say they were like super, super religious to this Nature Titan, for which used to be the World Tree that picked up the World Tree, grew legs, and began to walk. And that was the dawn of the Age of the Titans. That is who they worshipped. They believe that this is either not the same Titan or different. They cannot claim its atrocities, but they would do almost anything to reclaim its like faith, more or less. Their faith in this like World Tree entity for whom they used to worship. I wouldn't say it's like a faithless land over there at the Verdant Hold, but in many ways they're not looking to like the essence of nature. So that's something that they desperately try to iterate to everyone, not to kill any of these Titans, even the Magma Titan. And after she says, even the Magma Titan, basically the Karn Obsidia almost pushes their chair out of the seat, you know? Like they basically toss that back a couple of feet and now they're like, even the Magma Titan, how dare you say such claims? And just digging into her, but like clearly being the aggressor here. And after she says her piece, tries to absolve any blame of her and tries her best to, I guess, unify into a sealing type of technique instead of a all-out war. That's kind of their plan. But they also say definitively, if the plan is something akin to war, they will not help. They will actively work against you.
During
Honestly,
her speech, can Yogg kind of slip in quietly and then like come around to behind the Karn Obsidia?
Yes.
Nice.
Did you get my whisper I did to you in level 20?
Yes, I just don't know how to whisper back, and the answer is yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can immediately level up to level 20.
Draven's over there. You just have to
I'm
ask.
for it. Yeah.
But so I think maybe another point where she's like, if this turns into war, like they're gonna essentially like rebel against that concept. Like war can't be the answer to this kind of thing. I won't really say much, honestly, but I'll basically just be like, on behalf of everyone here at Enza, we could not agree more, unless that is the absolute only option.
Can Draven, after Hierophant makes his outburst, right? Draven is going to say, does he have a title, like an actual, is it like a high priest? High priest, right?
Well, technically, yes, he would be the highest priest in the land.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what the analogy would be, but like, if there's like cardinals, then he's the pope, you know? And like, that might be a terrible analogy, but like.
Would it be proper for me to call him, or is Hierophant his title?
Hierophant would be his title. That's the highest he's gotten in the like order hierarchy.
So I would say Hierophant Bran, you not earlier just told me that crystals grow clearer the longer it's tempered. So let this council be tempered and not shattered. If the Titan must be judged, let it be by proof of danger, not by the assumption of guilt.
And he's gonna harumph a bit and say something akin to, "These darn soft stones don't know nothing." Yeah.
Well, I would also say that, and I can assure you that if compassion fails, if mercy cannot stand the first trial, then I will be the first to take up my whip beside you to stand with you. However, again, I still think that we need to find patience and faith proven through the stronger that we can be as a council together than separate.
Okay. And the only thing he heard was that you have Enza's support. And he's going to turn to Seraphine, and he's going to say, "What did I tell you, Sarah? They're a game. Enza's game. They're here to help." And she's just going to look at him with the most death-eating glare that you can find. Seraphine.
I'm going to hear him say that. Like I would heard him what he said, and I'm going to telepathically now at this point, because I've been calm, and I'm just going to say telepathically, "That's not what I said," and I'm going to say it very stern to him. "That's not what I said. Do not twist my words again."
In a, I would hope for a roll, some sort of intimidation, but this is literally a pissing match between the two of you meeting eyes. What would you like to do?
I'm going to do it as a. Well, I mean, I can do it as an intimidation. Yeah, I'll do it as an intimidation.
Sure.
While they're doing this, I want to like sneak up to Cyrone and show him something like in a little pouch. It's going to be like dark red leaves with like the stem and stuff is like black and stuff. And I'm going to tell him that Seraphine basically dusted Beans, and that can't go unanswered.
Oh no. Whether we know it's true or not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It definitely looks that way. I'm not saying it isn't that way, but you never know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I rolled a 15.
So not bad. You're meeting his gaze. He does not back down, but he understands your assertion and he knows you're not playing.
I think that's the best you can hope for with this guy. That's not bad.
But I think I've been trying to give him the respect by doing it telepathically and not out loud.
Yes, exactly.
And where everyone can hear that was my intent with doing it telepathically.
Definitely. And everything that you were trying to get across got across very well. Okay. You didn't make him back down, but he understands exactly where you're coming from.
Got it.
And then, as if there was a coldness to the environment, we now head over to the Soulbrax, who's sitting there with the biggest grin they've had on their face in quite some time. They quip, "It's so fun to see the children squabble. Seeing all of you pretend to be competent is entirely amusing. I'm so glad we do this every cycle." And he's just looking dead at the Karn Obsidia Hierophant Bran when he's saying stuff like this. Like, he understands that Bran is trying to show this strength, right? But Bran is going out of his way to show that he's strong. Pharaoh is just bring it on, type of strength. Yes, absolutely. So just without even trying, he's challenging his manhood in a way. And as he says all of this, he just, without even moving like forward at all, he's still sitting back, enjoying himself. He says specifically, "Is very clear that the Soulbrax will have to lead this campaign. Show us to the Magma Titan, and we will harvest each and every piece of its body. Every last drop of energy will never be wasted." And I have to say, it's certainly a waste leaving that Nature Titan to be driftwood, if I might incline.
Can this be
when he says that, Lady Myrrh skips right past Autumn and it's white hair, ice cold. That's not his talk. Wasn't where the ice feeling came from. Her just you feeling when he started talking was the ice.
Oh crap.
Can this be when Theo kind of bangs the door open and comes in?
Sure.
Okay. So Theo, who's sort of looks like Frankie, will sort of bang the door in and just kind of like wave a little bit to cause a little of commotion. And that is when Yog is gonna slip away from Cyro and go over and take like the jug of Seraphine's drink and put those leaves in, or however he would like poison it, and come up and like refill her drink while that's happening.
Okay. So I appreciate that, but also remember how the Karn Obsidia refused to take any rations because they were the only ones that did that.
That is
because
true.
of the military-ishness of them.
That's true.
Yeah. So they wouldn't have accepted your drink. They wouldn't have accepted any of the hors d'oeuvres or food around.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
I think he would still like come and pour the drink, even if he doesn't think she'll probably drink from it.
And several people have actually done that, and you'll see several drinks in front of them that have not budged.
Oh, okay.
Draven's gonna see Yog and be like, gonna telepathically reach out and be like, "Yog, what's going on? Like, what is like? I'm trying to figure because I don't know yet of what Yog knows of anything, but I'm trying to find out what because he sees Yog because again, Draven's paying more attention to Lady Seraphine than he is everyone else right now, so he's gonna notice any of that going on.
Definitely. And since you've been paying attention to Seraphine, she walked out with 2 guards 5 minutes before the meeting, and she walked into the room. She's still down 2 guards. Now, as you guys are like going through the meeting more or less, one of our informants are going to start flagging Yog down in a way to say, I think we got something. Just trying to interrupt the meeting more or less, but not to the extent that they're interrupting the powerful people.
Yeah. Did she react at all when Theo came in disguised as Frankie?
Oh, give me a roll.
What should I don't have to roll? Insight?
That does sound good.
That makes sense.
I don't have a huge bonus, but
reading her reaction to it.
Okay. So none of the other delegates care about somebody entering the room, but you can see that whenever somebody enters the room, she looks over and just looks back. So it's not necessarily something that's like, she sees him, but it's also like, why does she care?
She's paying attention. Interesting. Okay.
And your informant is actually the informant that has been helping thus far is actually gonna say something to the effect of, we found 2 of her bodyguards. They're not with her anymore, and they've sought out a few key areas within the castle. There are 2 bodyguards hanging out in the library at the moment, and it seems inconspicuous, but I don't necessarily understand why they wouldn't be guarding their delegate.
I think I would go over to Draven, since Draven had telepathically been asking me what's going on, and I would probably inform him first that first Beans got dusted, and then second of all, she didn't come back with her bodyguards, and like tell him what I just found out.
And you guys have been inspecting Seraphine quite a bit. I'm also going to say that she no longer is holding the book that she was typically holding. Almost like she just tossed it off to one of her bodyguards or something. But you don't currently see it anywhere. And I'm giving you that because you've inspected this lady like twice.
I think after I would tell Draven info, oh man, should we go investigate? I'll basically be like, what should we do?
Right.
Do you want to stay here and what do you think? Me and Cyro go check it out.
So, all right. So what have you told me so far?
About what we found with Frankenbeans being dusted, and that when she was being tailed, she didn't come back with her guards. They went around to a few areas within the building, the palace or whatever, and they're now hanging out in the library. And that might be when he'd be like, and actually, she's not holding that book anymore. But she didn't, and he would be like, he's a little bit upset, so he would be overly confident and be like, and she didn't even seem to notice I made Logical over there look just like Beans. And so she didn't even seem to look just like him, and like she didn't even have a reaction when he came in. So I don't even know if it was her, but I did try to poison her. Sorry.
Also, I tried to poison her.
Look, the wards are down.
It's fair.
Does Yogg know magic of any kind at all?
Nope.
No. Is sorry. Who's right there right now? Is it just me and you right there?
I mean,
sorry, you're
maybe
still Lady Anya, right?
Yeah, I'm with Anya. Yes.
But also don't forget she still has actual bodyguards meant to be there.
Yeah.
Not that you're not actual bodyguards. I'm just saying that's their job.
Yeah, we got a few options here.
Is there any Celebrax is he talking right now? Or is it kind of he's done talking and it's kind of everyone's kind of murmuring?
Yeah, he stirred the pot pretty hard right there.
Yeah, it's the Solobrex show right now. Pharaoh Karum is out here just yucking it up. He enjoys everyone looking at him. He enjoys being the center of attention, and his overall speech patterns are actually quite slow. There's a lot of emphasis on basically every syllable. He wants people to be waiting on each word.
Like Captain Kirk.
Exactly.
I'm going to kind of quietly approach Lady Seraphine from the opposite side of where Hierophant Braun is at. I'm going to kind of approach from her opposite side. Like, yeah, I don't want to be in between them. I want to be whatever, right? And I'm just going to be like, forgive me, Lady Seraphine, for this, but it appears to notice that you've been traveling a little lighter here recently than what you were earlier. I've noticed that you're short a couple of your guards, and that fancy little book you had earlier, that you carried with you, is no longer around. Just wondering if maybe you got any divine words within that book of yours that might help with the situation like this.
She's got two reactions. The first reaction would be, get away from me, peasant. The second reaction would be, you know nothing of the divine. She's not necessarily going to engage with your accusations, I guess, or if they're not specifically accusations, like, ripping the cloak off and saying, it's you. But like, if it's essentially just trying to be like, hey, she's just not going to take the bait. Unless you'd like to give me a roll for something really special to like really get her going.
I think Yogg would have followed Draven, and he's gonna say loud enough for her and for what's his face, the other guy to hear. Why did the Rockhead and the Angel bicker over who should rule? The Rockhead said, I'm bolder and tougher, but the Angel just winged it, claiming I'm divinely above your stony attitude. And
you've never seen so many straight faces in your entire life when all of the Angelborn and all of the Terraborn just look at you like
he's gonna be like trying not to laugh. Like
I'm picturing like some anime, like that anime look of like that straight face look.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can that be a help for Draven? Can that give him help?
So if you wanted to roll to get an emotional response out of her, that's totally fine with me. Just tell me what kind of roll you want to do.
I'm going to.
Well, that helps.
It's not combat, so what'd you expect?
True.
Man's right.
I'm going to make I'm going to do an intimidation roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to mention to her again, but I'm going to say it a little bit more sternly this time. Lady Seraphine, like I said, I've noticed your guards are a little short from what they were earlier. And I know that they are, for some reason, in our library. Now, I know also that your book's not with you. Book that you seem to be carrying with you when you came in and just kept very tight to you. I know you're not happy with a lot of stuff going on right now. And I'm saying it really quietly, but sternly. And I know you don't want to show me no respect because you got no respect for Terraborns in the first place. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is I'm not okay with you coming into Enza where we're trying to get everyone together to work on a problem to help your people in the Karn of Cydia to come to a solution to save your people, and for you to come in and disrespect me and disrespect this conclave the way that you are right now. Now, I'm asking you politely, and I'm asking you nicely and quietly so no one else can hear. Why are your guards in the library, and where's that fancy little book of yours at? And I'm going to be saying it very sternly to her. And the last part of that, I'm going to do it telepathically. But I'm going to do it. I want it to come in from the opposite side of where I am. Like I'm going to try to target that from so it's coming from she hears a voice from this side, but I'm on this side of her to really try to intimidate her.
Definitely.
Nice, cool. That's some good flavor right there. I like that.
How's up?
I'm glad I got that help. 22.
Yeah, there you go.
22.
That's actually pretty good. So you're not going to see her face soften at all. She's still going to give you the hard look, just angry demeanor. But she is going to say, knowledge should be shared. And if you want the book, go get it.
She seemed to be confirming Draven's suspicion that the book made its way to our library somehow.
It seems that's what she's implying.
That's interesting.
Can Yaga interject?
If you'd like, but it also looks weird for you guys to be talking to the important people in the room
That's
while
fair.
the meeting's going on.
That's fair, yeah. Might draw some attention pretty
I'm
quick
just
here.
gonna signal. I'm gonna signal to Draven and be like, "Is the book a bomb?" Okay.
That's not how you spell book.
I'm going to telepathically reach out to Sister Anya and tell her, like, get word out to everyone here as quietly as you can that they need to leave the library, vacate the library first, quietly, and the surrounding area. Get people to leave. We have a problem here, but
Okay.
we'll get it taken care of.
And she also is going to respond to you telepathically. Do it now. I cannot leave from my position, nor will I upset any of these delegates. They are more than capable of handling themselves in any emergency, and should you try to handle them in case of an emergency, you shall probably find a very, very angry response. So she's telling you, do the evacuation yourself.
So
Get people out.
I'm gonna give her one last warning about Seraphine.
But not this room.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her one last warning about Seraphine is up to something. Her guards are missing, and that Yog and Cyro and I are gonna go to take care of it. But she needs to get help she needs to get somebody on Seraphine right away. And I'm gonna signal to Cyro, like, telepathically, like, reach out to him and say, like, we need to go now and we need to move, and grab Yog and start going to the library.
Can I signal and have, like, maybe Theo or I would call them Logical and, by the way, is the name of the other guy's name. It's Curtis, right? That one's a little bit deeper, sorry. To basically gather some other soldiers and go search the areas, because you said the guards had gone to certain key points, and just search those areas to make sure there's nothing amiss there either.
Definitely. They're retracing steps as you're saying it.
I'll nod at Draven, his telepathic, warning to we got to get out of here and get people moving in a certain area kind of thing. I'll just kind of give him a nod and start gingerly making my way towards the door as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I imagine, like, once we get to the door, like the three of us get to the door, that's where we kind of come up with, like, we can be like, okay, y'all, what do you know? Where did they see these soldiers at? Where do you guys think we should go right now? We know there's soldiers in the library. We know that Lady Seraphine's book is no longer with her, and she's told me that knowledge should be shared. And if I want the book, I need to go get it. So I think there's something up with this book. I just don't know where it would be at.
Do we have any spare mages with the Vanguard that could go with these groups of soldiers to detect any kind of magic in the areas that they were?
Good idea.
So specifically, no. I don't think there would be a mage that's like a tracking mage that would be handy for this specific event. Okay. So just kind of the general abilities for maybe a hunter or something, but nothing big.
Do you guys think we should go to the library where the two guards are at now? Like, does it sound like to you guys that they were scoping an area? Like, they were going to all these areas to try to find a weak point, and like they possibly found the weak point?
I think either that, or she maybe was casting something at each location.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a bomb or not, but if they were trying to do something, some kind of spell. Is there any way we could see, like, a map of the building and see where the locations are to see if they form a shape or anything like that?
Ooh,
you don't have to give us a map on the fly, but if we were to, like, mentally imagine where those locations are, would we think it was some kind of shape? Would it look like anything?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
When you said key areas, was it like major intersections, or just like they just kind of stopped for a little while, but it wasn't like something that we would think was important?
It may or may not be. The locations may not necessarily be too important. The point might have just been to be there.
Okay.
Like I know that none of us are a match against these emissaries at all. No,
Right.
I know none of us are. And Draven took huge chances with some of his checks because they could have literally just like backhanded me and ended me at any point.
Nat 1, Seraphine just laser visions you to death.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
The guards would maybe have information. We could at least go try to pump them for info.
and that's why I think we need to get to the library right away as quickly as we can,
Yeah.
and get these guards. Like like this whole time we're talking, like we're walking to the library.
Yeah.
We're actively
Definitely.
like we're not standing outside the door talking. We are like Draven is making a direct line to that library.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
agreed. Fair enough.
And
So
you
do I.
guys are now walking out to the library to see this hallway, the hallway of Enza.
Place big.
Yes, it's actually
Manhattan.
huge, to be honest.
Yeah.
As you see, like each of these columns probably had a guard positioned at it, right? They were just standing there, kind of like keeping watch, making sure no one's going crazy. Now all you see is just piles of dust. Just
Oh,
dust pile, dust
no.
pile, dust 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 pile. Just all the way lining this hallway. And at the very end, you're going to see two. At the very end, you're going to see two of these people standing there with a glowing red light around them.
Hey, I'm just gonna tell you guys, it's probably not gonna work out in our favor with Draven having no power right now.
It's a fair warning.
But I mean, hey, I got some moves. You know, he's got.
At the end of this
Okay.
hallway, you're going to see two angel-born people standing at
Okay.
the end, enveloped in this reddish light. It looks like maybe that book is actually between the two of them. And a large amount of power is starting to be drawn, not only just from the ashes all over the place, but from themselves. This little bit of red light that starts to come from their faces into the book, and they start to just wither away, just slowly becoming like energy incarnate turned into the book. And as you guys see all of this, you may or may not have a couple of chances to interject, but they're currently killing themselves and everyone in this hallway with the
Yeah.
power of this book.
And how close can I get to them?
You guys are at the other end of the hallway. You're going to require a couple of checks to see if you can make it there, or you're even going to possibly need to use some advantages that you guys can throw out, maybe interrupt them or something like that. But for the most
I-
part, they're kind of enveloped in a ritual.
That's
So-
killing them too.
Seems to be.
Okay, oh god, I need to get close. Is this gonna be like a skill challenge type of thing?
Absolutely.
God, I knew it. Okay,
All right, what's the
Before
plan?
it starts,
I have a.
am I
have
allowed
a.
to throw something at them before it starts? Like not to damage them, just to see what happens.
Sure, if you want to. It's a long ways away, so you'd have to get close.
I have a scroll of silence, guys, that I still have. That's
Okay.
10 spaces, has an aspect of 10 spaces. If I can get within 10 spaces of them for that scroll of silence, do you think it would have some effect on their somatic or verbal, with whatever, if they're doing some type of spell from this book and they're speaking from it, trying to cast something, would a basically a zone of silence stop that if they're not
Are
able
they?
to say anything?
Are they speaking?
Not that you can tell.
I thought they were speaking something from the book.
They're currently being absorbed by it, basically.
Okay.
Is it just
Um,
floating between them? And there's like a
Anyway.
red glow around each of them?
Yep. Pretend that like a red lightning is keeping it up in the air.
Mm. Hmm. So they're pretty far away from us. That's the biggest thing.
Holy moly.
How do we
Yep.
even get to them to interact with them? Kind of deal. This is probably the first bit.
Okay. I can throw Yogg because you're smaller than me, so I'd have advantage on throwing you.
Okay.
So I can use
Down
my
already.
might. I can use my might.
Already.
I can use my might as
Do it,
part of
shut down.
that distance to throw you. And as long as you choose to fail the throw, like the immediate grapple and throw you, that means I can throw you
Okay.
further, get you closer for whatever action that you want to do.
Okay.
Right? if that has any advantage for anything, right? Or I do have acrobatics as a skill that I would say is there like lightning and stuff kind of like in that area or kind of down the hallway?
There's like this circular dome enveloping the two of them. The book will be in the center, red lightning spurting out from everywhere. Very anime-esque.
What sucks is that if I had my magic power, if I had not had that happen, I could have probably used magic missile and see if magic missile could have done something to interrupt.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I know it's a 10 space, like it's 10 spaces.
So
That makes
we're
sense,
a little
though.
further away.
You got a shield, Draven?
to start
Yeah.
off, do you guys want to declare what you might want to do for a skill challenge, even if that might be moving to see how well you guys do? But
I got an idea.
I might suggest a little something when it gets to you, Draven. I got an idea.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a shield. I have my one shield, my buckler shield.
Okay, and it's a round shield, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll roll. I'm thinking, if we can't throw something far enough, maybe you can like roll the shield. You know what I mean? Just like tomahawk that thing down the hallway and hope it rolls to its target enough.
Well, if I still have my hammer,
Yeah, that's exactly what we need right now.
I could throw
Don't
that
remind me
hammer.
about how I failed to stop that thing.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I could. I have a bolus. I have the shield.
I have a crossbow.
I have guidance. That's about it. That's all I can think of is like, whatever our plan is, I'm just gonna, just like push it
Skill
home with
challenge.
guidance,
What
hopefully,
skill? So I have acrobatics. So what I'm thinking is like Draven, you like using his acrobatics, like to kind of navigate maybe whatever's going on here. I would be trying to basically using my agility to get down there as quickly as possible, to get as close as I can to like kind of like what Cody's saying. Maybe grab my and use my shield to throw, because I can't use my bow. I've only got one arm now.
Yeah.
Can't use my bow. Or what if I with Yogg, like what's your distance on your crossbow?
15 feet, 15 spaces, regular 45 disadvantage.
Mm.
Yeah, so what if I throw you closer?
Could I do two things? Could I like, because he was in the circus for a little bit, so I'm wondering if he could do some acrobatics of himself being thrown to like get further with that, and then like come up with his crossbow and try to shoot the book.
I love that. I think that's great.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever seen, this would be an acrobatic. This would I would use acrobatic for this instead of Mike, because it would give me a little bit more maybe, or maybe I need to use mine still. But I would do that soccer throw where you kind of run up and like a kind of a handstand, like a handspring.
Yeah.
Like you do like a front handspring on the ball to get more distance throwing it.
Yeah.
But
But Yogg is the ball. Yogg's the ball.
Gosh.
And I can yeet him, right? And he can use his acrobatics maybe to
tumble further.
Get up in there and launch the bolt in the air epically or something.
To give you guys a try at that.
I'll
Gotta make sure your
happily
check works.
I'll happily do that. Which one of you wants guidance? Draven for the throw or Yogg for the shot?
Can I roll my acrobatics to be my check, since I'll be like doing the shot maybe it's like as part of an acrobatic movement?
Sure. That sounds fine.
Then I would say Draven needs it.
Sounds good to me. So we're like hatching this half-baked plan. Like, we got to do something fast. It's obviously crazy.
Okay, but what are you shooting at? Are you going to shoot
the book?
The book?
Probably the book. I mean, like, what are the two guards going to do? Die and still get sucked in the book? Like, who cares,
See, what I'm thinking is the book needs the guards. Like, it needs their essence, their energy. You shoot the book's got all that power. It's sucking it in and disintegrating everything. You shoot the book, it disintegrates the arrow, the bolt. I think the book is the red herring.
Then which guard? What if it only needs one? You know what I mean? I don't
Shoot him in
know.
the face. Can we get a column to fall on?
Well, we know it's gonna be a couple checks. So we take one guard out. We can at least stop part of it. And then
Okay.
we still have to go through the other guard. You know what I mean? But I think
cool
if we can get one guard taken out.
Like we could shoot Seraphine. We could go back and shoot her.
I don't think that'll work out. I like it though. I like it. Yeah, I'm cool with that. We'll just pick one of the guards.
Or do we just go in and get Celebrix to step out and wave a hand and stop all this.
No, we're here for this.
What I'm worried is that
Yeah.
what if this can? I have a couple of things that this could be, but one of the things I'm worried about is if it's turning these people to dust. If the people that are already dust in the hallway were sucked in to this, what are we going to do if we give it an even more powerful being to be sucked in? That's part of what I'm worried about.
Oh, I was joking about Solberg.
I had considered that of like, should we get these people
Oh, really?
involved? And then
Oh.
I'm like, what if it's here to take their
Yeah.
energy as well? I don't know.
Oh,
Or maybe
oh,
it's
interesting.
just explode and kill
Like maybe that
everyone.
was
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like
Maybe
the whole acrobatic plan. I think that's great. I think we move
Yeah.
forward with that and see what happens.
Real quick, for throwing creatures, is it going to be more beneficial if I use my throwing creatures? Smaller size. If a creature is a smaller size than you, the distance thrown is equal to your might instead of half. So you throw the creature up to a number of spaces away from you equal to your might, ending this. So +1 to additional space for every 5 they fail the contest by. So I think it's going to be more beneficial for me to use my might to throw you rather than my acrobatics. So if I'm doing a might check to get that extra distance, because I just need you to voluntarily fail the throw, the grapple to be thrown. And then so that would basically be you rolling a 1, and then whatever I roll with guidance can increase that distance to give you a better shot, hopefully. Does that sound
Yeah,
good?
definitely.
Okay.
So
Makes
everyone
sense.
give me their checks for what they're trying to do. Cody, if you're just doing guidance, go ahead and roll that now.
Alrighty. Okay.
So my
21 for
strength
me.
is- yeah,
Jogs is good.
14, 9.
Not that bad. For the most part.
Maybe Cyro's also running forward or something.
Yeah,
We're all kind of
that's
also.
what it is. Honestly, seeing this at
Fallen
the
guidance.
honestly seeing this at the end of the hallway, there's no way you guys were just sitting in, motion. It's like seeing someone in your living room and being like, "I guess I'm going to the bathroom." You guys are definitely heading that way.
Okay.
You stay right there. I gotta pee.
How far does that get you from the basis for Draven, and then how much can we add to it for your acrobatic extraordinaire?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. So 3, 4. So that'd be 7 spaces I could throw on.
All right, and Yogg got a 21, and we're gonna treat it as a natural 1, but he was rolling against himself, so he actually has a negative 21 in comparison. So that's an extra 4 successes. So 4 more spaces.
Oh, no, that would be no. That would be 8 spaces total. I was including the.
Oh, how much he failed by?
Yeah. So if,
Okay.
if we're going as a 21, then that would actually be 8 spaces total. Then that I would be able to throw in. That's my might plus the 5, so 8 spaces.
Okay, yeah, totally. And you're flying like a bird.
Oh, I just lost it. Sorry, right there.
Can you move it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Was that 8? Someone else measured.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's 8. Now, you were already? Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'm good. I thought you were moving on. Yep.
And then that is not at all what I meant to click. I don't even know how my brain said that. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Was measure it 2. So I would be okay. Yeah, I'm still at sort of within range, but it would be once you're beyond between 15 and 45. It's at disadvantage.
Okay, definitely. And you're taking a shot at them?
Yeah,
Totally. You're taking a shot at the person or the book?
the person is what this guy.
Absolutely.
I just feel
And-
like Alex wants us to shoot at that book.
And honestly, as you guys do send a bolt straight toward this guy, you are correct. They are of higher power statures. Maybe these people are like level 6, maybe level 8, but it doesn't necessarily matter. They're not dodging, they're not moving. They have essentially 0 AC because they're just going to take that hit, that bolt. They're currently giving all of their life force to the book. So it's just like, okay, who cares?
Dang it.
Just obviously it hurt them and it definitely did damage. They just took the hit, but they don't care that they're taking damage. But also, Yogg, you're going to take 1 damage, and you see a little bit of red start to flow out of your chest and just stumble out to the book.
Oh no.
That's what I was worried about. Can we all move forward a little bit running, or is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just like a
Yogg's
normal
like,
movement
oh,
speed.
this isn't. He's gonna worried about his hat. He's gonna throw it back behind him because he doesn't. He's thinking like, oh, it's gonna steal my hat,
That's true. That's a nice hat.
but he's not gonna stop running.
How much space do we get to move up per round?
So we do have 4 action points. So I feel like if you guys wanted to do a dead sprint, we could probably make some distance. But there will be a downside to how close you get.
Yeah. So I would have 3. I would say essentially I would have 3 action points left. So I could go 15 spaces essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And unless you
Can I use
all of a
grit?
sudden forget. What's that?
Is this something I could use grit on? Actually,
No, I'm sorry. I should have said true damage.
that's what I was gonna ask if it was true damage. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's why initially, and then I was like, wait, I didn't actually ask that. I should ask. Okay. No, I assumed that actually.
Can I get to that would be 15 to there.
Definitely. And
So I would have
You're-
done my little handspring to move to throw Yogg, and I would have just stayed in a sprint, essentially, to move up.
definitely. And you'll take 2 damage with the same thing happening to you. But while you look towards this book, it's fairly reminiscent towards you. You hear these like weird dissonant whispers in your head, almost like that time you touched the totem. But this time you hear in your head as well, your deity speak to you. Grab it.
Grab it.
I don't like that.
Would I
Not that Yogg
have?
knows, but
Would that have been, just out of curiosity, would that have been like EDR damage I'm taking or MDR?
No, true
Or,
damage.
that's just straight true damage?
can Yogg take
Gotcha.
another damage to be closer as well? Like,
Absolutely. Yeah. And
All
Alright.
right.
Draven, when she says grab it, you look down at your right hand and you see the spectral image.
How?
I'll move up to them as well and also take.
are you gonna
2
come join
true
us in the
damage.
fire?
Yeah, I don't like it, but yeah.
The aura of the book does get a little bit bigger, a little bit redder. And if
That's
you
a
guys are like to do anything again, I might ask for a check or just see how you guys are moving.
I am going
I-
to go ahead.
Can I put Hunter's Mark on the book and shoot at the book again as another round of things?
I want to say yes, but also this isn't a living, breathing creature for which I think would help much, I guess. But,
Okay.
I feel like just targeting something doesn't necessarily have to be a living, breathing creature. So,
Okay.
your vendetta against books shows through.
Yogg does not like to read.
So Draven's gonna hear his deity scream at him to grab it. I have, from where I'm at right now, if I use my stamina point, because I can use my stamina point as an action point, right, to move.
Sure.
I have just enough that I could make a mad dash for this and do maybe an athletics check and just grab the book. If I use I would use all my AP to get there and a stamina point. So the stamina point helped me get there, and I have an AP basically left to like a grab for that book to yank it.
If
Are you
that's what
throwing
you'd like
yourself
to
off this
do,
grenade?
we're definitely going to
Yeah.
need a couple of checks to see how well you're able to fight through this magical power, but that's totally fine.
And I would look at, like, before I take off running, because I would hear I'm gonna hear my deity say that. I'm gonna trust my deity. Draven trusts his deity completely, blindly.
And I do hope you heard me, but you have, I do hope you heard me, but you have both arms.
And that he gave me guidance previously, and I'm gonna be like, Cyro, I need that guidance one more time. I'm going for it.
Man, as a player, I hate this. As Cyro, straight up is like, Draven is the leader of this mission. And I respect that. And so I'm just like, as soon as you ask, I'm like, yes, of course. And I'll just, kind of like give you a little whack on the back with my quarterstaff.
And then,
Have guidance.
Yogg, those leads you gave me.
I gave you the
Energizing and
K-
euphoria.
the KAHT. Yeah,
no,
stimulant and
it's a
euphoric effect.
thing. I thought it was a stimulant. I thought you said it was like
It's
like
stimulant and euphoric effect. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's up to Alex, but it's
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna mess with them. I don't even think I know they're there.
Okay.
'Cause you said
I
you
like
just
it.
stuck them up there without me knowing that they're there.
no. You knew what. You just
Okay.
may not know what they are.
Okay. Yeah. Then that's what I want to do. I want to just run up there and grab that book.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab with everything. What do you guys think?
I think Draven's gonna do what Draven's gonna do. Do I have time? I don't expect. I wasn't even gonna ask, but I don't expect that I have time. I already gave him guidance. Would I have time to try to heal him real quick as well? What
I
would you
don't
say?
think so.
I
don't think so. No. He's a bit too much in a hurry, and you'd have to make him stop.
I totally agree. And I'm already casting guidance and everything. That's like a one action thing anyway. So I agree. Just checking.
But if there is something that you two would like to do for like a check while we're throwing some checks out there, please do. But if nothing, then Draven, please give me a check for what you think would work best. Athletics, might, just throw it out. What are you thinking, Homer?
What's the lighting situation like? The reason I'm asking is, instead of trying to shoot the book, is there maybe a chandelier or something above? I can try to shoot to get to fall.
Okay. Ooh, man. So I don't believe there would be any chandeliers in the hallway. It's kind of all braziers, kind of like lining the wall.
Yeah.
So you could probably push something over to set them on fire, but I don't think anything on the roof. And also, this is a very high ceiling as well.
Can I yell back? Don't forget my green crystals in my room if I need them to come resurrected.
I'm not touching those.
Just kidding.
Sure.
I was like, green crystals, what?
They're evil.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and make my.
Cyro, cast
Unless you
something
guys-
to blow up one of those columns and make it fall on them.
You know, I wish I could, but I've really only got
You do
like
magic, right?
divine damage dealing stuff. I don't know how well that's gonna.
Shoot at the base and make it.
It's because I would tell you guys telepathically as I'm running, I would let you guys know why. I wouldn't just do it blindly. I'd be like, my deities told me I need to grab that book. That's why I'm like, because you're probably wondering why I'm going, and I'm just telling you, I got to get the book. Deities told me to grab it. So this way you guys know why I'm going.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Cyro trusts you.
I think I would try shooting it with the crossbow. I can't think of anything else.
And give me a
Reduce the
check for
damage.
anyone who's doing something. Sorry.
If I ever needed a nat 20, this is the time I really need a nat 20. So roll 20, give it to me.
I'm just gonna roll my d8 to help you.
Drum roll.
Check.
Oh my gosh, that was gonna be a 1.
Yeah, it was almost a 1. That would have been awesome.
Oh my god, I thought it was gonna be 1 too.
Oh, you've only got 2 to help.
18.
Okay. 18 is not bad. So
for my crossbow.
how this is going to play out, right? These two Angelborn are almost completely sucked dry. They're like skin and bones just standing there. It's amazing that they're still able to stand. One of these arrows is going to just fly right past Draven, right? Basically over his shoulder, going just straight for the book. It starts to get the book to like spin a bit off kilter instead of just floating in the air ominously. And as all of this is going on, it just barely starts to get closer to the edge of the circular perimeter it's made from all this red energy. And Draven's able to reach his spectral hand within there and grab it. As he does so, grabbing the book, it being open and just like out to him, to his face, you're able to see the face of the Magma Titan. You're able to see their location on Katarana. And you're able to see the direction changing. Looking over the horizon of this Magma Titan, you see just the crest of Enza's territory as it begins to head back. As that book closes abruptly, the Warlock chant begins. This is absolutely the Warlock book from Seraphine. She's no cleric. She is a Warlock. And you hear just screaming, your deity, always angry about Warlocks, always trying to fight against this type of thing. She's trying her best to protect you, but this entity begins to scar your other half. It blackens a bit, a few of the gems turn directly to obsidian, and now you technically are part Warlock. Your Pact Boon is your weapon, much like your Spellblade. So you have the Pact Boon weapon as a Warlock to an additional degree as your Spellblade capabilities, but half of your side is scarred, almost to a point of like dishonor if this wasn't directly done by like your deity protecting you. It looks like you've been scarred completely with this just blackness starting to take over one of your arms, but you are completely at full power with a new boon. Your deity was able to protect you from this entity claiming you as a like faithful of its own, but you come out just a little bit stronger in the end. The book closes, but the Magma Titan's on the way. And Enza's territory is gigantic. The Magma Titan's not knocking on the door, but it's coming.
I'm imagining at this point, like Draven's probably probably laying there.
One side glowing spectrally, the other side just having this dark, just ominous obsidian ominence.
Cool.
Oh wow. Is Yogg? I guess I'd be like right about. I guess yeah, I'd be right about here. I guess.
And I did forget to say it, but during this entire thing, you would have taken at the very least 6 true damage.
Okay.
Cyro, like, does it seem like quote unquote safe up there now?
For the most part, he's closed the book and the energy has receded.
Okay. So, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Cyro's gonna start just like sprinting towards Draven, just like, just like, oh, hold on, we'll be right there,
You might be able to guess, should this energy have run rampant and absorbed all of the delegates or the entire city, maybe it would have just summoned the Magma Titan outright.
What?
I think
What?
if Seraphine is part of this cult, and she was using this to summon. She's been controlling where it's going.
Holy crap! If that's crazy. That's crazy because we didn't know anything about the cult, so that's totally possible, and we wouldn't even know it.
Oh,
That's what I think.
Yeah. So Draven's gonna be laying there, right? And while you guys are right there over him, and Draven's gonna be like,
I hate that freaky witch.
Kogan?
Kogan, yeah.
Kogan.
Kolgan, sorry.
I saw it. Seraphine is a warlock. This book, there's something dark within this book. Kogan's coming. He's heading towards Enza. Enza's in his sights. We need to get in there and we need to stop her. But Draven's like, I'm not really sure how to do that because we know that she's powerful. Oh.
What's left of these guards? Are they dead, but they've got bodies, or there's nothing left? Or
They're basically skeletal skin suits,
I want to drag one back into that room if we can.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I just want to
I'm gonna
throw it
tell
on the
these. I'm
table.
gonna tell them like what I saw. I'm gonna tell them everything I saw, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm not bloodied. I'm actually 1 point away from being bloodied right now.
Nice.
Is he back to full life, or he's just power back, as in like his abilities are back?
His deity gave him his power back to be able to fight the influence of the Warlock book. So he has his power, but he did not get healed at all.
Okay.
I'm all over that, for the record. In fact, I want to cheese it a little bit, even where I'm gonna be like, give me a second. I'm gonna make this as good as I can, and then I'm going to like cast guidance on myself, and then wait a short period of time if we're like talking or whatever, and then I want to actually cast heal on Draven. Well, I'm not a heal.
Like I've never actually done this before.
Oh wait, I'm not a
I don't know
cleric.
how to heal.
I'm
I
just
end
a
up losing
guy.
my arm again.
All right. Okay. So I just burn one MP and make a spell check. Okay. Okay. Burn 1 MP, spell check. Okay. Can I add the D8 because I gave myself guidance?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Like I said, it's kind of cheesing it a little bit.
And
That's
plus,
only
no
one more
one's
anyway, so that's
rushing
what I
you.
get.
Yeah, no one's rushing you to heal him, so you could do it correctly. Instead of a
Right.
combat heal.
Yeah, fair
Rubbing
enough.
his shoulders and you can.
Fair enough. All right. So it's 1 MP. That doesn't matter. I'll do that in a sec. All right.
So,
You
Are
get
you guys?
3 HP.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
+1 because I have the life domain. So 4 HP
Oh, cool.
back.
Oh, nice.
Good.
I'll
Um,
basically
so-
just be like, give me. I'll need a little bit, but that's, hopefully that's enough for now.
So I'm getting back up. I know we got to get back in there. I've got the book in hand.
You also don't want to drop it.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it like secured. Actually, I think I would have I think I would have the bag of holding.
Oh no, I meant not. Oh no, he dropped it. I mean, you very fervently don't want to let it leave your hands.
Hmm.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, it's. Yeah. This is gonna.
Ah,
Got a little angel on one shoulder, little devil on the other shoulder.
Yeah. Draven's gonna be like, we got to get back in there. The council's not safe. We need to apprehend Seraphine now. Let's grab these skeletal remains of her guards, because I think we should be able to still tell that those were her guards, and we need to confront her like right away.
as soon
What
as
do you
you're
guys-
like, we need to like apprehend her. I'll basically just be like, with what cuffs? Like, how do you expect this is gonna go? She could wipe out any of us in a heartbeat.
Well, I understand that, but there's more of the emissaries that are of equal power to her, and she doesn't have this. And I'm gonna look down at the book, and I'm gonna be like, and she doesn't have this anymore. And you're gonna just kind of see like
It's like
my
staring.
grip tightens a little bit, and I'm just like, and she'll never have it again.
Is it
Oh, I like
precious
that.
to you?
What's that?
Is it precious to you?
I'm just gonna be like, this is my book now, my precious. No, but
Interesting.
And
yeah, I think we need to
Hierophant.
get back in there
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely.
and confront.
So
Oh man, so they just
the scene in the room before you guys burst in is essentially just Hierophant Braun kind of like face to face with ice cold Verdant Hold. She's looking him dead in the eyes, and they're just like basically butting chests with each other. Like, this is what's going to happen. And then the other one was like, this is what's going to happen. Like, both of them not moving at all. One of them very fervently against war, one of them very adamantly trying to rule the war. And that's what you would burst into before anything happens.
Yeah, so
we're doing this
so
right
we're gonna
now.
come in, and I'm gonna just everything I got into the doors to knock those doors open, and I'm just going to just yell out, stop it all now. And I'm gonna look right at Seraphine, and I'm gonna be like, I gave you a chance, and this is what you're going to do to us. You're going to disrespect this meeting of people. You're controlling the Titan. You're controlling Kogon. And I'm going to hold the book up, and I'm going to hold it up, and I'm like, I saw him. He is coming here right now because of you. And I'm just going to be like just very venomous.
accusatory.
Like, yeah. And I'm not going to point the book at her because I'm going to keep the book close, but I'm going to use my other hand. I'm going to say my right side now is now my dark side.
Okay.
Like my right side is my dark side. And I'm gonna be like, and that's where you're gonna see the anger. You're gonna see the anger on my like that right side, like Two-Face.
Yeah,
like,
I was just gonna say the Harvey Dent deal.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's because of your actions that this is happening. You've controlled this, you've done this, you've released them. And that's what I'm gonna say as I come in.
Definitely. And all eyes are on you. Yes. But all eyes are on you as this is going down. And looking around, there's a lot of like, wait, why is the weak guy talking? You know what I mean? Compared to all of these giant, really powerful people. And then they hear what you have to say. Silence. Then the Thessalari, their delegates look towards you. And Shelbourne, he says, information is more useful if we can all share in it. Open the book, boy.
I'm not even gonna look. I'm not even gonna look at him. And I'm just gonna be sitting there just like, you're gonna see Draven just like breathing. Like,
yeah,
because he's still like he's just recovering still, you know, and that big surge of healing that he just got from Cyros kind of gave him a little bit of an adrenaline too. And he's like, this isn't knowledge that's within this book to share. This is knowledge that needs to be put away and contained. And I'm just gonna keep my eyes on Seraphine, and I'm gonna be like, and she needs to be contained. She needs to be detained now. And I was gonna keep walking, like I'm gonna keep walking towards her.
Okay. Her guards wouldn't let you walk straight up to her, but also her blood's pretty much running cold, having this level of accusatory like things thrown at her. So she's kind of like, in this specific room, this is the only place she couldn't have gotten away with this, because like anywhere else she could have just been like, screw you, and then walked off. So as all of this is going on, you're going to get similar responses. Present the evidence, show the book.
I would so like I'm gonna hear the last thing that Draven's saying as I'm finally catching up in the hallway behind him. I like hear that last bit and then like come in the, like burst in the door and actually just grab Draven like hard. I'm just gonna like grab you on the shoulder as hard as I can. I'm not a big dude, but as you're kind of like walking towards Seraphine, just like grab you and just be like, no, stop, that's a terrible idea, everyone just calm down. I was like, we can't open the book. If we open the book, and then I'll like point at the skeletal figure he drug here with him and just be like, the book was the cause of that. If we open it, there's no wards up here anymore, nowhere safe. And obviously even these guards couldn't withstand its apparent corruption or ability, so like it's not safe to open the book, or we would.
I'm gonna point into the hallway and be like, "There's more proof. All of the guards that were there are now just piles of ash."
And
the same thing that happened to Beads.
they believe you. They do. But they need to see it firsthand. And no one in this room believes someone of your stature can handle something they cannot. And even if you could, a wielder is before them, pointing directly at Draven. A consensus around the room is open the book.
Dang.
Seraphine is adamantly trying to like get out of this situation. No, I didn't do this. Get rid of that. It's not mine. It's a different copy. Stuff like that.
What if we?
If y'all could interject,
Yeah.
he's gonna say, "Scholar Shelbor, I've heard your memory's pretty good. Who's the last person you remember seeing holding that book?"
And he's just gonna squint his eyes slightly and say, "That's the book she walked in with." Just 100% certainty, no shadow of doubt in his mind, and no one even dares to question that. They know how flawless his memory can be.
So we at least have confirmation.
Every
When
time
she-
someone mentions the book, Draven grips it tighter and closer to himself.
And you're gonna
Go
hear
ahead.
just one whisper in your ear, "Open it," from your deity.
From my deity?
Yes.
Or
your
the
deity is
patron?
going to say,
I
no,
hate this.
Your deity is going to say, "Open it."
I hate this so much.
While he's thinking about that, I think we would have brought both of them in and been. I want to ask him again, like when she left earlier, did she leave with the guard? You know, kind of like pointing out like these are the guards. She only has somebody left.
Mhm.
Because
Oh,
he's like
definitely.
the perfect witness. So
And they agree with you. They are on board 99%.
yeah.
But to say that somebody has the ability to control a Titan is outlandish even in this room. So for that to be a claim that is even close to accepted, they need proof.
Okay, interesting. Well, okay, so now his deity's telling him to open the book. Cyro's like, we can't open that book. This is not going to be good. So I think this will be kind of fun. I'm almost willing to like narratively fail this before it even happens. But basically, I want to try to just steal the book from you because I'm like seeing that you are like clenching it hard, and it's like this is super weird. I don't even like. I'm just gonna take the book almost like instinctively, or try to. If you just straight up like backhand me, that's reasonable. You know what I mean? Like, well, basically, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna try to take the book from you real quick. Just like hurry, get it out of your hands.
How tall is Cyro? Is Cyro a small size or medium?
He's
size?
like 5'10", you know, medium.
So he's a little shorter. So he'd be shorter than Draven.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like Draven, if Draven felt you go for that book, he wouldn't backhand you, but he would rip the book back like out
Okay.
from like where you're trying to grab.
Yeah.
But I would turn towards you and I would give you this look of like,
Yeah, just eye to eye.
what do you think you're doing? This is my book. You don't touch my book.
I'll look him, you know, like back in the eyes and just be like, so I suppose that means you're responsible for all the Vanguard lives that are now ash in the hallway.
I'm responsible for stopping it. Yeah, I'm responsible for saving your life, everyone's life in this room. Yeah, that's what I'm responsible for. And like, I'm gonna be like, at the same time, I'm gonna look back at Seraphine, and I'm gonna be like, just as much as she's responsible for this book entering these chambers, just as she's responsible for causing all these needless deaths, just as she's responsible for the release of a Titan, this book. And like at the same time, like I'm gonna kind of hold it up and I'm gonna ask my deity as I'm saying this, like, why do you want me to open this book? What good comes from this?
And now, the thing about deities is they do not like being questioned, nor do they want your faith to waver in the light of them telling you to like honor their wishes. So they're not going to answer you.
You'll just look back. You ask out loud, or not, whatever. But you'll look back at Cyro, who was determined to like, no, this isn't right. And you'll see my face just like drop to just kind of like, just like a humble sadness, basically. And I'll just kind of like walk backwards away from you until I'm along the wall.
Can Yogg tie a rope around his foot and like go out in the hallway.
If you'd like.
Around my foot?
No, Draven's.
Oh, okay.
Now, do realize that 6 of the most powerful people on the continent have stopped talking to have you guys
Everyone's
say something,
looking at us,
and you're not
too.
doing what they want. Solbrax
That's
is
true.
about to step up and just kill you because you're not.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh.
why are we listening to peasants? Do this now. You know, that type of thing.
Draven doesn't want to open this book though. Like,
Are you sure? His deity said to.
but Draven doesn't want to. Like, but Draven doesn't question his deity though at the same time. Like, what he did, 'cause even after the last time, and that's where Draven's confused right now. It's like the last time he questioned his deity, she took his power, you know, and like then she
Right.
gave it back to grab his book. But now it's like,
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could. I don't know. I don't know if you can't
I'm gonna
not
tell,
open it. I don't know if you
gonna tell
can't not
guys
open
to
it.
step away. I'm gonna tell Yogg and
I already stepped.
Cyro to step away. Can I go to a
That's
far
why he,
side of the room?
No, that's why
Uh,
he tied that rope around your foot and went out in the hallway in case something bad happens. He's gonna yank on it.
Get that stony man out of there.
What do you guys think?
I think
Go for it.
that if you don't do it, Solbrax is just gonna like off you in an instant. So I as much as I hate to say it,
It's gonna get opened.
I don't think you have a choice.
think he's
or you
gonna
could give it to
try.
someone.
I think he's going to try, but I think the book is going to keep anything from happening.
Oh my gosh, you crazy. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you to do.
Open it. Open
We could
it.
do nothing and end the session right here and only just have to find out next time.
How dare you? How dare you even suggest that?
I think honestly that's kind of awesome.
Draven's gonna look at Solbrax. Is Solbrax the last one to say something to Draven?
Yeah, he'll be the last one to say something, but he's also the first one to speak up too, really.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna look up. I'm gonna have my book. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna be like, "No."
We should end the session. But Alex is
Hey
the
guys,
boss.
this is a great night. Hey guys, this is a great night.
Yeah, good knowing you, Draven. I mean, have a good night.
Yeah, guys, let's pick this up next time.
What hand holds the book?
Oh boy.
Oh no!
My- it is in my. At this point, it's in my right hand, which is my dark side.
Okay.
Right. My dark side. Because like I was accusing with that, but
Okay.
as everyone kept mentioning the book, everyone kept saying like the book.
Mhm.
That arm came over and grabbed it out of my other hand and just pulled it in tight.
Okay.
And is just clenching it and holding it tight to my body.
Absolutely. And Pharaoh Karoom is going to appear right in front of you, almost lightning smooth. Not a single person in this room could really stop him if they wanted to. And he's going to rip the book from your hands.
I'm
If
gonna
you
blink
choose
blade.
not, it's not going to work. If you choose not to let go of
He's
this
just like,
book,
"You can't."
he's taking your hand too.
Don't lose another limb.
Do I have time for any reaction?
Absolutely not.
What a response. No, I don't think so. Just absolutely no chance.
I mean, I'm honest. Draven's not gonna want to give it up. Like
I think
this book
three,
is calling to him. He's not gonna want to give the book up.
can like 3 seconds too late, Yogg yank on the rope.
I can't blink blade. I mean, if I got my powers
After
back,
whatever
I'm gonna blink
happens.
blade.
You have your powers for sure, but this person is level 15 directly in front of you. He's got a form of counterspell. He's got a form of ward specifically wherever he wants to be. He can teleport and he can probably talk to your deity if he wanted to.
He's gonna blink blade with you.
He can't be more powerful than my deity. I mean, like
He's probably not, but he probably has a way to talk to deities.
yeah.
It is what it is, man.
So,
You gotta just
so
let it
is
be
the
what it is.
book is the book
Yeah.
slamming on the table, or is the book in your hand slamming on the table?
Don't give up another arm.
Maybe he
The
just
book
loses a
was in
finger.
Draven did not let go of the book.
Oh
He's
my
not
God.
gonna let go of the book.
And
Right.
now you see one very black hand with obsidian speckles clutching that book, which truthfully doesn't give Enza the best look in this cultist environment. And as the book splays open, the Magma Titan's face screeches out and tries its best to absorb any of the people in the vicinity, but it's not necessarily powerful enough to do so, especially for the company present, until
Okay.
Seraphine tries to take her own life and feed the book its energy. Would anyone like to try to stop her?
How would we
How-
Let's see.
we wouldn't even be paying attention to her. We'd be looking at the
Right.
no
I
one
think
would
Jog
even
be paying
notice
attention
her.
to her.
Yep.
How is she trying to take her life? Like, what
yeah,
does she do?
Yeah. How can we tell that?
So
What's it look like?
the thing on her chest would just explode. She has a crystal
Oh,
from
dang.
the Terraborns that just pop her out.
So
Well,
what do we?
Yogg stepped outside with the rope.
He'd still be looking in though. He's got to be watching to know when to pull the rope.
Yeah, and then
So
The reason it was 3 full seconds late because he's focused on Seraphine. Like he's just complete.
Yeah.
Like he hates her so much right now.
are we basically just seeing that thing like glow and look volatile? Like that thing's gonna pop in a second, kind of deal?
It's
Her necklace.
yeah, it's like a big gem on her chest, more or
Okay.
less, so part of her armor that explodes. So it would be kind of pulsing.
Okay.
Draven's gonna be
Would Yogg
screaming.
have a feeling of like if he hits the gem first, it would do something, or like does that,
Maybe
you know?
disable it instead of just explode. You know, I don't know.
Possibly.
Draven
Anya.
would be yelling right now at him. This is why I said we couldn't open the book.
Yeah.
And, like,
exactly.
I'm gonna try to make a run at it to close it.
Okay. And
Oh,
the
close
closer
the
you
book.
get to the open, the closer you get to the open book, you're going to take true damage. This time, 1 true damage for every step because it's so powerful from Seraphine's energy introduction. But Anya is also going to say one very, very specific thing. Enza submits to Solbrax for the Titan Crusade if you fix
What?
the problem now. And Solbrax
Oh.
disintegrates that book where it stands.
Oh. Oh.
What? No. What?
All right. I like it. We call it there.
I just
That's
don't-
awesome.
I don't know how that would have turned out good if I would have opened that book.
I know. No.
Your deity gave
listen.
you the power to be able to control it. You would have been able to open it and shut it without having it claim you, but it would have but it would have absolutely given you true damage for sure. But your deity would have been enough to
Yeah.
ward it off, at least enough for an example. But since Solbrax opened it, completely unleashed its power and put it on the table for Seraphine to be able to jump her life force
Yeah.
into, it was quite the suction. It was possible that many of the people in this room would have died if Pharaoh Karum didn't put into
Intervene.
action what he just did. Yes.
Can I try to kill Seraphine now? Is she distracted enough?
No, Seraphine's dead because
Oh,
of
she
the
is
gem.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
she just
okay.
did. Okay.
And of course, accusations are flying left and right. Karn Obsidia is on the skewer here. Ferdinand Hold is trying to get at them. Tesselara is trying to get at them. Solbrax just loves the chaos. And essentially, there's now a continent divided.
I don't think this would have turned out good for us anyways. Like if I had opened that book and closed it, everyone would have just accused us of controlling the Titan
Yeah.
at that point.
100%. 100%. I thought that even as soon as you like weren't willing to give up the book, or as soon as we even came in, they were just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you have that book. You did all this." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
honestly.
But it's
Terrible.
pretty hard to argue. Pretty hard to argue with a zealot that'll kill himself as
Yeah.
being the person who's the fault, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Okay. Lovely.
Oh my gosh.
Let's try to put out this fire next time, huh?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
oh my
you
gosh.
guys will enjoy your new allies, the Solbrax Dominion. And Thessalari and the Verdant Hold will now be working together against the Karn Obsidia. Karn Obsidia takes clear offense to this, excommunicates most Angelborns connected to Seraphine, and the Karn Obsidia.
dang.
Yep. Karn Obsidia is not claiming this, but they're also not saying that, like, I wouldn't have done it myself. You know what I mean? They're not going to go out of their way to say, I don't care that she did this, or they're not going to say that this happened and I'm not claiming it. More or less
Are
is
they
all they're
like-
saying.
So they're pretty much just going to
Do
go
they have internal
radio silent
strife?
on it.
Is there internal strife going on?
Yeah, the
yeah.
Angelborns connected to Seraphine will be excommunicated for certain.
But the Thalassar and the Verdant Hold are working together.
For the most part, yes, but the
That's
reason
good.
why they're working together is because you've given them a common enemy with the Karn Obsidia.
Interesting. Ironically,
So
They
they're-
also don't want to work with
Pre-factions?
Solbrax at all, by the way, remember. So you guys are working with Solbrax for the war efforts, and the other two are working to study and knowledge and other things like that. They are absolutely with you against Carnopsidia, but not with you with Solbrax.
We can fix this. This is okay. It's not great where it stands, but I think we can fix it.
So you've got like Enza and Solbrax is like one faction, sort of. You've got the Verdant Hold and the Thessalara Enclave is like faction number 2, and then you've got like the Carnopsidia and like Civil War.
Yeah.
You're like Spain during World War II.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And also clearly being blamed by both Verdant Hold and the Thessalari Empire.
True.
It would have been good. I don't think it would have been good.
Yeah, the book was bad news for sure.
No, we were screwed. It was a fail. You know, like it was.
Yeah. There's no like this would have
But I
been.
love it.
I think this.
For the record.
When Sarah, what's her face's thing exploded, did it like how much of her body, like what is her body condition like?
Oh, there's literally a hole in her chest.
Okay, Yaga's gonna run up and like cut out one of her eyes.
Okay.
Like, during the chaos of everything, and then
No
he's
one's
gonna
gonna-
spit in her eye hole.
Oh no.
Everyone's just screaming. Oh my gosh, what the heck? That's awesome.
What?
He's not happy about this.
He's like,
So
Yeah, nasty loogie.
while you're currently doing all of this, you have like gusts of wind of sand around you just to give you ambiance. Just like what
my
you're
God.
doing just to make it a little bit cooler.
Solbrax is into this.
yeah, for sure. He's like, this is hilarious. That over there, that's good.
Is Drake? So Draven did not listen to his deity once again. Is there gonna be some repercussions from that? I guess.
Enza sank, but she never drowned. Now she sails the void unknown, stone and street, unholy ground, drifting far from our first home. Heave-ho, Enza, hold the line. Drift on, Caterana's